23. 23.
Same.
23. 2023.
Boo.
Yo, people, welcome back to the Fix Podcast, the giggly podcast. We cannot promise you that the podcast won't be less giggly and less laughy.
True.
If anything, we're probably gonna laugh more this year.
True.
Hopefully.
You know, I realize people hate mirth.
What?
Joy. Mirth.
So I couldn't just say, why you be all intellectually?
Because it always
that's why the people don't like when you're giggling specifically, and when you're going like you're smarter than people.
But isn't that always the way? Like my giggly coming on a sense, and then
glad you admit it.
No, my giggly coming on a sense, and then sometimes my condescending coming.
You're going like you're
smarter than people. Isn't it always the way?
If you find that, you know.
But I do find that balance.
No, you never do. It's usually one extreme or the other.
No, that's not fair.
Yeah, it is.
People are horrible. You think so?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So
say you're too giggly and fool, or you're going too smart and going like you're smarter.
So then, if I'm two things, isn't it?
No. In a case like this is where you find a middle ground. You can't just be either or.
But the fact that I am
like,
either
it's not a coin thing, it's the kind
or another.
I will find a way to make the kind stand up and be that part there, the kind. Like the body of the kind, the inside, not either side. Why I look up?
The poem.
I want to look up the poem. I even know what poem you're talking about.
Solitude by Ella Wheeler. It's the first part my grandma always said to me. I didn't say my mama said, you son of a bitch. It's my grandma who's dead.
Mama said,
you want to do that?
Mama said that.
Who's dead? Who's dead? That's how you want to start off the new year? Anyways.
The speaker dead dog, Jaja.
Solitude by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. And laugh and the world laughs with you. Weep and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow for its mirth because it has enough trouble of its own.
So you want to start off the first podcast?
No, if it just shows that like people don't like when you're happy.
Oh, okay.
That's the facts. Like because it has enough trouble of its own that it has to borrow for its mirth. Like people are so upset that, you know, we're so happy. I'm gonna find the joy in every
I'm just not like when we laugh in cases that they deem serious or not funny.
Oh, well, that's, you know, my teacher said, my literature teacher said.
Oh, yeah, literature teacher, sir.
That tragedy is universal while comedy is cultural. So what one culture, one set of group, one group of people find funny, another set obviously won't find funny, but like everybody find tragedy. Like tragedy is something that everybody can understand, like death and whatever.
There's some truth to that. There's one specific example during the Craig Butler Whisper interview that like they asked why would they laugh.
Which one?
When him there say him tell Whisper and the youth them say him a losing friend cause of them.
Because how it say funny.
It was legitimately funny.
Him say like an exaggeration.
Yeah. And if it's serious too. Like, and we found out funny.
I mean, it's just a paradox.
Like the chat did I say, I don't know what the comments are, but like when chat did I go on live, like me say, why them I laugh? I'm like, that is funny.
That's funny.
But
imagine your father come to you and say, me I lose my friend and say, you better be my friend. That's funny. My first instinct is to laugh.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Dad. Alrighty then.
And that's why I was like, why you put that on you then? So yeah, you lose your friend because of it.
You know what? They'll complain about anything.
Yeah, that's why I was
really
like, we just accept the giggly podcast thing. Yeah. All I go on, that why I'm more leaning to what you were saying is that I just for hide sadness and depression more.
Who, me?
Us in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not shy about my depression.
Yeah. So I just that.
They just don't like when you're happy, and they hate when you're sad. The world is a confused place. It really is. So I'm like, be happy when you can.
I tend to want to see where them afford from sometime when them say. That's what I can say. Sometimes them priests will laugh during serious times and where there shouldn't be. And like,
mine will always
and
be.
like, at least this is what some of them will say. I know like so enough to laugh or when things funny, just laugh when things funny.
Well, I must say, like, I wanted to find out if I have like, what was it? Pseudobulbar effect. I think that's what it is. I can't remember the name, but it's where you give.
Yeah.
That's. I don't even know if it's correct.
The body sound like a big girl. I don't know.
I need to I'll Google it throughout the podcast, but it's like when like you're in a situation. Pseudobulbar effect. So it's like you're.
Is one word?
No, the affect would be.
Okay.
But it's like you would be in a situation where it's tragic, but you're laughing. It's like Joker. Where So for me, like my instinctive response will always be to laugh when I'm in a like if it's a like sad situation or awkward, my instinctive reaction is always to laugh. I don't mean it. I don't necessarily
have that boat.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to laugh, but it's instinctive because it's just like, oh my God. I just find it hilarious. It's like it's nervous giggle sometimes too.
Yeah,
but it's definitely like
especially in the case of Javi.
It's my instinctive reaction will always be to laugh.
Yeah,
and I mean, if we're not on like traditional media,
that too. That's what I was going to basically lean into. I say we're just naturally jovial people, and we like how we do more time, especially when we attack and we can just be ourselves. Like we get some joy and hilarity out of that more time.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks for you if your coworker sucks, but
we
genuinely like it. What?
No, if I had the bag of sucking argument, but alright.
No, like if your coworkers suck. Oh, if they're horrible people, that's what I mean. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing if they suck, right?
Well, in some cases, in God's the girl and boy.
You ever read
I'm not say girl and boy.
Call center confessions. Well, them have sex in the call center and them something there late night and them things there.
No.
You need to read some confession page because of them girls
and them people
that. Yeah, but call center like, my boss they come in.
So wait. These are people that work at call center?
Yes, and they share how they have sex on their shift. And it's like no one was there. It's like the graveyard shift.
Why isn't this a radio show? It'd be a great radio show idea.
Ha.
And yet still them higher. So them people
You know, I'm not joining. Cause I do it and people say if there's beef and I'm like, I was just going off what you
joking.
Did. You know?
Yeah. And then you go lean too much in it. I just do vague references. Bro. And then you're like, you just want to take it a step further and just start calling them. Is it I'm so used to?
Bro, I'm like your Shaq to your Kobe, man. Like and you
yeah, Shaq. Yeah.
Shut up. But I'm your Shaq to your Kobe fan.
All right. All right. So yeah. Welcome to the first episode of the Giggly Podcast, episode 221. It's your boy Naro here with Ari. First podcast episode of the year.
Yep.
How was your New Year and your holidays, Ari? It came back a bit quicker than expected.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, let's go do this. I'm like, bro, you gave us 2 weeks. You're the worst boss ever.
Yeah, because 2 weeks enough. Let's get back to work.
And it wasn't even a full 2 weeks. It wasn't.
Okay.
You know, I should charge overtime for that shit.
Sadness.
Yeah, I should, and I will.
All right.
I will.
Okay. How was your holidays?
I don't know. I guess it was okay. It was fine. You know. I'm alive.
Okay.
I didn't go to much parties, but I did hang out with a few of my friends. That was nice. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. Truly, it was okay.
Strictly 2K as a team, not
yeah.
It was cool.
How was it for you?
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. You have any New Year resolution?
No, I stopped that shit. Funny enough, last year my New Year's resolution was to
New Year's resolution.
whatever was to eat KFC less. And I'm so glad to say that I stuck with it.
Okay.
I stuck with it.
That was the one from last year?
Yeah.
Put your hands together for Mr. Randy Watson. Yeah, one more time. Randy Watson, how about it?
I decided to eat it like once a month.
Yeah, it was one summer.
I know I broke it sometime.
December was when I actually broke it. Literally December, I had it like twice for 1 week. So yeah. Yeah.
I know I broke it more than 1 month. You sure about that? Yeah. Maybe it's so. Actually, I have one for this year.
What is it?
To start going like say me and a regular class citizen. You could just laugh. This is why the people have know like you laugh.
You see, that's why I'm stopping it like that.
Laugh too much.
We're gonna start like that.
Yeah. We need like it's a dirty habit I've noticed, and I've said I'm going to curb that, and I'm gonna actually work on that. Like I got called out on it. Funnily enough, at a Popeyes.
So when was this?
This was about last week.
Okay.
So I'm go to Popeyes. Before me even step through the door, sicky that. Ooh, that fix boss.
I love it.
I was there. Big up yourself. Yourself. Just to give some context. So like when I'm out and about, like if people hear me, I have a thing where, yo, bless up yourself. I don't even look at the person. Right? But we just to acknowledge that I hear you. I acknowledge you acknowledging me. Bless up yourself. I'm a dep and I move. I don't look at the person. Right? So that's the setup.
For safety reasons.
Yeah, them telling me, I just dep and I move. Right? So I enter the Popeye, the sickie hear me. But son of them, bless up yourself. And next person hear me. Yo, who that? Naro. Yo, bless up. I did not look in the person's direction. We just say over there in the line, I'm here to buy chicken. You know what I mean? And then we just start here, like picture take, and then look around, this is the phone and start video. I say, watch that hype pussy over man them. I come go like you want hype on me and them thing there. I look around and say, John, I'm a virgin star. Play man. I was like, John was squeezing at you, John was star. Like, never even know say that God do. As a pussy, I come and go like say a celebrity. I said, dog, you know, there's a thing I need for work plan because I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I said I would want to bridge them as strictly to a kid.
Really?
Like, yo, no, I'm gonna say bless up. I did not look who it was.
Why?
And then I look and I say, Bomba, are you? Like,
I'm like, hi. I'm like, Ari, I'm like, hi.
Say, I need to start going like, say, I'm not a regular class citizen.
You want to tell a funny joke?
What's
I want
up?
to tell you a funnier joke.
Oh, see?
So I went to, this is how you and I differ.
Okay.
So I went to, I got like a night pass to go to hedonism.
Yeah. See? So you went back there?
I went back there.
Okay.
And then I saw somebody and I'm like, oh, hi. Well, I know the person, but I can't really pinpoint where. I'm not good with like names and like, you know, identifying that, but like a face, like I can pick up a face good. Like more than regular. Like I'm more good with faces and names. But especially if I've interacted with you like a lot, so yeah. So like I saw someone, I'm like, oh, like how are you? And I talk on him, hi, yeah, I'm here for food, and laugh and gone. And somebody, a mutual friend of ours who I thought, oh, I must know him from university. That's just where I know everybody from. And then somebody is like, it was a former co-worker. So he worked at a place that I worked.
Government job?
No, it's not. It's not a government. It's not the government job.
Oh, no.
So he's like, yeah, man, MC. I say, oh, that was him, and I was like, oh. So you see, I'm like very nice, and I try to be very congenial with everyone, and you know, like just cool, like yeah. So I'm like, can you imagine if I was just like, where? What?
It's not like I'm not trying to be nice. I'm being nice by even answering in the first place.
You say hi.
No, Mr. Bless up.
And you look the person in the eye.
And that's where I go wrong. All our wheelchair brother call me up on it too. Like, yeah.
That's
Like,
bad.
we have by chicken and things, winking. A wheelchair brother call me and say, yo, bless up yourself. I say, yo, brother, you can't look for me. I say, I should be there on a move. Like, I just want to go in the supermarket, get something. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
Go
people
home.
really need to recognize that because I've spoken about the time where somebody robbed me, like pop off my chain, like me and walk on in my stone and him pop off my chain and for my mother. Take my gold chain, my dead mother gold chain and my pendant, diamond. It was diamond. Small. It was a heart. My mom got it for me for passing GSAT. So it was like it had like very small diamonds in it. It was very expensive, but it was real gold. Real gold chain, real gold, real diamond. It was diamond encrusted with gold with it and diamonds in it. It was the most expensive thing I owned at the time, and the fucker stole it from me.
But for even them purpose, they, you know, like that's why if you look on them too.
True.
Because they don't know.
True.
That's why even when them alien yeah priest say, yo, you don't know who them people like.
True.
That's why if you look on them and say, oh, okay.
But then I try to zip. So like if you're gonna hail me when I feel like I'm in a very safe space. Like don't be trying to talk to me when I'm on the move.
Yeah.
Because like
At that, no, you see me?
I feel like it's a setup.
Yeah, cause
Can you imagine that song? How are you? Da. Somebody come pick your pocket.
so I don't necessarily say, yo, we not pre ourselves as regular citizens like some people.
No, I am a regular citizen. It's just that you're familiar with it.
Yeah, safety concerns. You know? You don't know who for artists will piss off or something like that. Yeah, you know? Safety concerns.
I say like I prefer people's like friend. So if somebody's like a friend, like I love people say when people say friend or foe. I think I did a couple at one time. I was like, are you a friend or foe?
When somebody hear you.
Friend or foe. Yeah.
With that paranoid, huh?
Yeah.
And judge.
It's not even with artists, it's just like you don't know. Like people
With
see
people
you,
in
like,
general, exactly. And
that's
just
them easy see as an easy target.
yeah, them see you from on YouTube and them things money already. Want to try something.
Which you'd be thoroughly disappointed if you're
you
wrong.
know what I mean? Right now, me I rob myself. And I lose my wallet, all them things.
You are a
Yo.
yes, speak on that.
Yo,
Tell
no,
people them how you go St. Thomas, have your thing in your back pocket and you lose your wallet. How you lose your wallet? In the ocean.
Let's just say this. I will never speak ill of St. Thomas again. Yeah. I'm never going back there either. I'm not going back there. God, no. Go to St. Thomas and go lose my wallet there.
That's so sad.
Even know how. Then back pocket. When I left the place now, on beach at St. Thomas, when I left the place, I say, yo, back pocket feels so empty. Can't find my wallet. 10 grand. License. Cards.
It was it pre-Christmas or after Christmas? Pre or post-Christmas?
Pre-Christmas.
So
Because I
you
remember
gave
going there on Christmas to look back for you.
You gave the person a really great,
Yeah, what's up?
really great
I think is I
Christmas
don't usually borrow money like that. To lose that money at that time. No. So I'm say I need to try to find this back. That's I'm gonna go back
unfortunate.
Christmas. It was Boxing Day, yeah. I'm gonna go back there Christmas morning. That nice I could do it on
Boxing
the
Day is
beach
the
by
day
myself.
after.
What am I say? Christmas
Christmas
Eve.
Eve.
Christmas Eve. And then go to the Christmas Day. Yeah, spend a nice little Christmas Day. I look for wallet on a beach. It was kind of serene. Oh, God, yeah. I just did the road. If you travel there, I'm not saying anything here. I'm just saying the road. You know, it was the travel back and forth. It was kind of nice. Yeah, but it was a serene beach.
Okay.
Yeah, just frustration in not being able to find the wallet.
That's your own fault though.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the full responsibility.
You should
of
have put it in your pocket. I feel
It was
like
in my back pocket. You know, it have a tear, but it's not
and you knew it had a tear.
like not a hole in it, but just
but
like
still,
tear
you know it wasn't
partially.
secured.
Yeah.
You knew it wasn't secured.
I put that on myself. Yeah.
Madness.
Anyways, there are certain things that we missed out on over the holidays. Yeah? Sting namely. We're not going to the Sting review. God, we put out a poll.
I can't believe people said yes.
When we reach them, because
I can't believe people said yes.
let's reach. When we reach them, we'll talk about it. But let's go in a care or don't care. Not care or don't care. Big ups / shoutouts / condolences / well wishes. Do that first. All them things that we've missed out on for the past couple of weeks. We don't say Happy New Year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Happy New Year to Fix Nation. Everybody who tuned in and supported us for the whole of last year, and the whole of now go support us and join Fix Nation this year. Big up on yourself. I say RIP again to Khalif Lawrence. That's Idonia's son. He was laid to rest over the past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Saw some images and some videos from the event. I think Javinci did perform. I saw the videos where they let go doves.
Yeah.
They were all dressed in red. Big ups to Idon. I've seen performance and stuff, by the way. People there speculate would he have performed, and being the professional that he is, he performed, carried out his duties, addressed it, you know. I was just glad that the love that he received from the people. And it always has been like that when him go out and perform. To me, at least. I've said that, like, it's been love. But it just seemed like there was an extra outpouring of love for them and strength and support, which I have no doubt that they appreciate.
They're better than me, cause
Yeah. I'm better than enough people, cause
I would be a mess.
Strength, strong. And I'm sure that they do have their moments when they're by themselves. And I'm thinking about the strong, united front that they presented to the people at Sylxnce.
Which they didn't have to either.
They didn't. I said they didn't have to. But I'm sure the promoters would have understand.
True.
I mean, but yeah, big ups to Irene. So I'd say that whole thing that they go on a little scuff there. You don't have to tell somebody about him, mother. Like, yeah. Look at the man come out there yard. The grieving man come out there yard for come happy himself a party. People are fighting woman and try to fuck up the party and the event and all them things. But yeah. Shout out to Idon and Kimberly. And again, condolences to them. Loss of their son, Khalif Lawrence. RIP Joe Mercer. This was one that has come out of nowhere too. RIP Joe Mercer. He is the grandson of Bob Marley, the son of, correct me if I'm wrong, Ari. Stephen Marley. There we go. Stephen Marley. We saw widespread reports. I think we did see on Shade Room, CNN, all about.
Yeah, it was on CNN, Shade Room and CNN?
Yeah, it was all about. It was widely reported, this passing. But RIP to Joe Mercer. It's Joe Mercer Marley. Our strengths up to the entire Marley family. Friends and family. You know, I said them I got you right now. The entire music community. I saw several musicians, you know, sending out heartfelt messages on social media and things. So, yeah, man, this was a tough one. Young, 31. 31, young youth. Just a end time stride in the music business, you could say. And yeah, chop out just like that. So RIP Joe Mercer. We say happy birthday. We missed a couple birthdays over the holidays. Happy birthday to Vibes Cartel. His birthday was last week.
No, this week.
This week?
Like the 7th.
So?
So it's like what, Sunday?
It was 3 days ago. Yeah. Bless up to the teacher. Hold on, them get the stadium applause and big up to Sean Paul. Alright. It look like legends are born in January, the early part of this.
You hater. You hate
He was born January 9th. A big up to Sean Paul.
You hater.
I need to send him a personal message myself. And Shabba Rank's birthday at the 17th. So that's where the legend, you know, part of December cut off, really. Yeah, early part. Yeah, so
I think Conscience born that around the 17, 19 too.
Also? Yeah, I think so. I think you are right.
Yeah.
I think you are right. I mean, so happy birthday to them. When it forward. The 11th.
11th,
It's tomorrow,
tomorrow.
so happy birthday. By the time this drop. Oh, I say so bless up to conscience. Emerge strong. Right. Anything else? I don't know. I say big ups to Alkaline and Givenchy.
Givenchy.
Givenchy?
Givenchy.
Givenchy?
Givenchy.
Givenchy. Oh, it's pronounced.
Me not know. I don't know. It's like Givenchy. That's how the upper crust call it. Givenchy.
Yeah, big ups to Alkaline. All the images did flood social media. Yesterday though.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yesterday. He had a collaboration with Givenchy. It was last year them did use him music in one event though.
I think so. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know I knew a media host do it, but I don't remember if it was him. If it was Givenchy. A model,
Fashion house.
Yeah, fashion agency, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we see the pictures I take with Givenchy creative director named Matthew Williams. Yeah, it's a good look. During Fashion Week, the Givenchy SS23 collection debuted in dancehall style. Yeah, it was their show.
Yeah.
It was their show.
And then I'm seeing here now that the dancehall star worked on the show's soundtrack, and video footage emerged of his hit song After All being played as models hit the runway. Other songs featured during the collection including My Side of the Story on the European Rhythm for Good Productions, and One More Time produced by DJ Frost on the Inclusive Rhythm. Yeah.
Apparently, this whole collaboration was hinted at in a song called More Life on Top Price.
Okay.
I make believe Mola spend share of the meal living how him want Givenchy give me a receipt. Me never borrow. Yeah. But this has been in the works for quite some time. Big ups to Alkaline. What do you thought about the images?
I just one picture I see now.
There are several pictures.
I only saw one.
There are several images. That one, yeah, them two, yeah.
Well, yeah, the one that I saw.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that one.
I saw that one, and I saw this one.
Yeah.
So like I guess it's when the one set. I guess it looked like so.
The first man I see that one. Yeah.
Oh, him now.
The green.
Let's see.
Yeah. I have that one there. Yeah, there are several images. So what do you think?
Well, the it looks very hot couture.
Find a way to hate on this.
No, it looks very hot couture as well as, but it bringing hot to street. You know, the bandana around him head, it kind of give a little gangster vibe, but make it fashion. So yeah, it's cool, and to be honest, it's
and the all black style too.
Yeah, and it's an incredible feat though to be featured, and if it just show how music is like literally have no boundaries, you know, and if somebody resonate with the song like and make a whole like your songs are inspiration behind how the show is produced. That's incredible, and to be a part of the campaign, that's also incredible. Like, you know, you're pretty much gonna live forever with fashion in this way. Like Givenchy too, it's your kind of etching your name in history right now. So, you know, I'm not expecting him to be a full-time model. Absolutely not. But it's nice to see him stretching his leg like that. So yeah, you know.
I don't want to see my stretching that.
Okay. Or stretch his creative side, but he's not really he wasn't, you know, the one that created the concept, but he's just a part of it. But no, it's just nice to see him extending his brand like that. Then I guess that's to extend his brand like that. It's nice to see.
Boring. Boring.
Why me?
People don't want the positivity, they want negative.
Oh, you know,
boring. That's why I'm saying to find a way to hate on it.
They never appreciate when, you know, you're being a civil person.
No. They want to read the body language and how we
Yeah.
talk about that. So they're not really glad at it. I don't know about it.
Oh my God.
They'll give them something though. Because they don't like positive. They don't like when they praise things.
They don't like
not
joy.
They don't. They
People
do not.
don't like joy.
You know what I mean?
They don't like joy. You know, when you want to ask you a question.
Before we go to that, I just want to say it's a damn good look. It's a
No,
good
it
look.
is.
It is.
Again, it's just extending the brand that way, like, and to do that, it's
His brand and the brand of dancehall.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So you have dancehall artists who can be a part of the campaign. Yeah. And they look cool.
true.
They look cool.
True.
Big him up.
Yeah.
Boring. I know. Not
Still
necessarily.
masculine.
Yeah. You know look zesty.
No.
I don't look foo-fan.
No.
Yeah.
It's masculine.
Yeah. It still
But
give out that
make
street.
it fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a right balance I'm fine with the
Yeah.
images and
Yeah.
you're all right. Where that goes now? Wrap that
No,
boring
it's
segment.
it's rap. Oh, you done with that?
Yeah, wrap boring segment that people.
Okay.
just,
This is moving on to like a different topic. Cause you know, extra fix we always come up with new like something for talk about. So this is for extra fix.
Okay.
See, I'm giving you content.
All right. Okay.
How long do you hold a grudge? And is it possible to forgive somebody? Like if somebody really do you wrong, how are you able to like move on and be civil?
That's your question.
Yeah.
Even though we discussed this behind the scenes before. It depends on what the person do for.
Well, obviously, if you do something,
Yeah, I know.
Why you gotta be an asshole? Like change, be better. 2023.
All right. I'm not a regular class. At least I am a regular class citizen. Friday and sleep. Yeah, it just depends on what the person do for make up for things. In my view, like what have you done to atone for how you have wronged me? Yeah, otherwise, we can't put. When me not gonna be able to move past the disrespect and if I feel insulted, you know. I dare me and Junior come on. He has done nothing to atone for that so far. Me a joke. This is the laughing podcast, the joke podcast.
I can't believe people still don't get us. We've been doing this 9 years. Like the 14th of January, been 9 years since we've been doing this, you know? It's incredible how people don't get
It's
us.
9
Anyways.
years. But yeah, big and serious though, like, yeah, it depends on what you do for make up for things. The person who wronged me.
Okay. But suppose like the person forgive you, but like they still don't want to fuck with you.
That's all right. Alright, like it depends on the degree in which the insult was. So we can be cordial, but we don't necessarily have to fuck with each other anymore. But be able to move past that in any sort of amicable way, like apologies and you doing things to make up for it, though, have to come into play. For me personally, yeah. Like what you do, what the work you put in for make up for things. If I say I put in a work, then why should I fuck with you and why should I forgive you?
You know, it's so funny with me because, like, if my heart from you turn, like, if my, like, I would forgive people who I love over and over and over again. But the moment I don't love you, the moment if I don't love you, if I don't respect you, I don't care for you, those three things is like, is that a love or the respect or care? I think there are three different things. But if it gone, all those three things gone, because I can still love you, but I don't respect you. You know, I can love you and don't care for you. But I think mostly if I don't love you anymore, or if I turn away from you and say, oh, I'm done with you, I don't think you can make all the amends that you want to make. I'm done with you. And somebody said that's not a good thing. Because me and my brother even have a conversation about it because, you know, familial issues.
And my brother done with the brother.
Yeah? Done with enough time me and my brother malice when I talk, we're done with each other. But I guess that's just youth. And like the older we get is the more we realize that.
No, youth, not just you.
True. No, it's me. No, I can't own up to it.
Brother,
No, I can't own up to it. But he also has a hand in it too. But it boils down to youth, because the older you get is the more you realize that, you know, let's move on, or, you know, let's not dwell on that shit. But for me though, I hate it for life. And people say that's not good, but I'm like, is it?
You know, good in general, but to me, it just depends on what you do. Depends on what you do.
I think the thing is, if you cross me, I'm gonna cross you. And the thing is, I can own up to me. Like, I think you know me for the most part. I can own up to where whatever part that I play in the situation, you know, and I can look into it and say, well, all right, maybe I added on to it, or maybe I add the fuel to the fire and whatever. But it's even no say, for the most part, like, me really respect you and give you, like me respect and rate you, I love you. I'ma feel like you're slight, like you disrespect me, like you go to your way for disrespect me. No matter how much amends you make, I will never, ever, ever fuck with you ever, ever again. And I think that's good. I think that's how it should be.
Yeah, just not believing in forgiveness and having a
And that's it, you know, I forgive people. Like, I don't keep people up in my heart. But I just know I don't fuck with you. And people are like, oh, you still, like, you think people still, yes, because I hurt. Like, so it is like, oh no, you don't think that, move on. Like if something happened 9 years ago in high school, and it's like, you think the person still vex with you? Well, me not know if them vex with me, but me just know say me not fuck with you, cause me not think them a fuck with me, cause me not fuck with them. That's how I am.
I see.
That's how I am.
Well, to each their own. I can't tell if to deal with people who are wrong there. I can't tell.
Maybe I need to change in the new year. Maybe I need to be
I know
more...
that you have little anger issues and them thing, man. Like, you're very angry. Like, you're easy to anger. So that's why that kind of playing to like my little advice to you. Can me know how fuck up you can be.
Somebody meet me like interact with me for a while. Like a month. My person's like, you're very angry. You're so quick to run.
You're very angry individual. You're very quick to the simplest thing is that I'm pissed off. I'm like, what is to be pissed off about? Like, I would talk to you about your road rage already on the show and behind the scenes. I will see like a fuck of ways them like when you get angry about some little small thing. Like if Javi was here, should have backed me up. I like would talk to you about it and like so we're not try with her.
But when you say fuck up, what do you mean? Like what do you mean fuck up?
Like just how you go on in regards to when you make the anger get the best of you. And like how you can tend to deal with people fuck up.
Like how many people fuck up? Like I don't talk to them.
Okay.
So how is that fuck up?
Okay.
I'm gonna cut them up, but how that fuck up?
That fuck up. Because some I think them you don't need to get so angry about.
Put them.
As I'm saying, it depends on what the person do. Sometimes you just pre something too deep. Or something what just I know something if you get angry about, like it like annoyed, okay, but angry is like what you get angry for? Like, you know what I mean? Like even bad driving on the road. It's like you know that it's a part of driving in Jamaica. Like what you get angry about? Unless this is the person purposely trying to do
which is what they do.
They don't. The taxi man them does horrible with the driving.
By the way,
it's like it's a part of them DNA.
They knew something about if or else.
What?
The taxi operator guy, he was like,
this is Ari's AD.
amnesty.
What go on this about it?
And like if you're not giving the amnesty or else.
Them still live on that?
Jamaica.
We never left that in 2023.
I'm like,
bro.
That
on the bag, on the ground.
No one is on your side.
That on the ground where the bag where the woman left behind and step up on the step there. No?
What?
Taxi. The woman will ever step in at the new year and I leave the bag at like taxi protest that no there no bag on the ground behind her. No?
Apparently not. Okay. Apparently not. I'm trying to find the headline because they're like, if we don't get amnesty or else. I'm like, bro, you can't be or elsing. Like you are in the wrong. No one is on your side. No one is on your side. I'm trying to find it.
At least it's hard with the partner side still.
Very hard. But yeah, anyways. All right, whatever. I guess I'm gonna work on that too.
Work on that. That's what you should work on. Now go work on not being at least being a regular class citizen. And you should work on your anger issues.
I'm gonna work on it.
Yeah?
I don't want to do that.
You know, so you can't promise with. All right. Okay,
I'm gonna make an effort.
All right.
I'm gonna make an effort.
All right.
I'm gonna make an effort.
All right, so that does it for that segment. All right, so we want to talk about this before a special guest arrives. We do have a special guest that is on the way.
We're talking about the gold in Hanover. We're gonna talk about the gold in Hanover.
All right, let's leave that. Let's just try and get through this before a special guest arrives.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're on a break. We took a break. Our annual 2-week break is nothing new. So the people who did the ask over there, right? That's what happened. Sting happened over that break. We were heen and hawing publicly about whether we wanted to go to Sting or whether we are going to Sting. But that was just for sure. We didn't know so whenever they go. We didn't know so. We don't even make up with my for a long time, so we're not going to Sting. So yeah. So I would have talked to everybody. I said, I think about it now. We don't have no mind, so we're not going. Right? Even when you look back at the interview and we spoke about our safety, I just see the things that happened there. I feel like we're rather justified. I feel like the choice of peace, and tranquility, make a post on my Instagram like I choose peace. Like that's where I was during that whole week. I was in a peaceful place. You know what I mean? So Sting happened. You had no plans to go. We had no plans to even do a review on it because we never go. Right? We see people I message, yo, Sting review, what's happening? Want to hear food review on Sting? Even on the post, when me make on my Instagram, yo, what the Sting review? I'm like, you don't know, listen. Like, me don't want to think about that, right? All of them things that are going on. We told you, say they are going on. We figured, say them things that are going on.
I told you. You're I told you.
But all right, we put out a poll on the channel to ask the people in Fix Nation when make a return during them time. Should we do a review of Sting? 63% on say yes, we've been waiting.
Jesus.
37% say too late now, can't do without it.
I was the one who voted too
over
late.
2.3k views. I voted for too late now. I thought so too. I was the one commenter, Emmett Till. Why waste the time on the worst thing ever? It's long past due. Sting was a big waste. New year, so let's go on to new and better things. Not Sting. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree. But majority rules.
This isn't a democracy. I'm not part of
Majority rules. Never say we don't try to do nice things for the people. Okay? So we're doing this now because Uno say no want this. We've been getting a bag of messages about Sting review.
Porque.
Alright, so Sting review. It was horrible the end. What's the Nothing else no left to say. There's no need for a deep dive or nothing.
Why? I am dying.
All right, let me give my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
As we said, we didn't go for the past couple of reviews and even doing reviews in general of these type of events. We like to go. So can get forgiven like first-hand experience of how the thing them go. You see me? We never go. So this account I give is basically by what we see on YouTube and what
Instagram
reviews and everything. What people ask about it online and everything, right? The time scheduling issues, of course, were there. We saw the Valiants performing on a car top after the show. It looked like him did perform a little bit towards the end when them did bag up everybody at the end. It looked like a We Are the World performance. I must say that Valiant, if anything, is the MVP. Was the MVP for Sting. I feel even them little thing they further endear himself to the people and show them, say, hey, I don't pay no money. No for pay no money for come see me. I don't feel like what I did or the time that was allotted was sufficient enough for the people to pay them good money. Me, I will give you a little something. And I feel like he definitely endear himself to the people. And in a way solidify himself as a people's champion. So big ups to Valiant for that. It was said that the veterans perform well. Let's start out on the positives. The Romean Virgos, the Etanas, the Pamputes,
The Chris Martin.
the Chris Martins. Was said that they perform well. I saw some clips. I don't expect any bad performances, but I'm glad that somebody like a Pampute continuing to get our flowers. It's a little midget performance by
Is it midget or small person?
small person. I guess that's the political correct term, PC term. But
sure.
yeah. I don't know. Oh, I'm a big man. I don't know. I make people just make woman just a man angle him. So if I was a small person, don't make the joke. If I was a small person, that would have happened to me. Don't say I'm already a small person. If I was a small person, yeah, me would make no woman that you'd be. So, but yeah, it made for good entertainment, I guess. So shout out to we just cut off your jokes from the legs. I cut off anybody else to do I make that joke. They fuck with it. No woman can do me so. Unless there was a female big body builder. But I would know woman do me so. But yeah, that look like going good. Big up Sita. Sita the lyrical diva. Look like she went over a fair bit amount of fans from her performance. I've done it spot for a long time, so she's a good stage performer. I've told her that too. Everyone we interviewed her. So big up Sita. I was getting another clash. Shiz. First there was Queenie and Amari. We're going with the positives, right? So let's go into the positives. Big up to Queenie. Big up to Queenie. Hold on. Stadium applause too. Show us how serious. Legitimate and serious big up to Queenie. And if you're not noticing right now, she'll get bookings. I feel like it's, it could have been that she was booked before Sting, but I feel like even she's going to be getting a lot more bookings based on how she handled that whole situation. It was clear that Amory did forward for fight/war. While it was clear, because she told us here when we spoke to her, that Queenie was there to perform. And if any sort of lyrical thing happened there, then she got perform sideways, but take part tonight. And I feel like her main goal was to, as she said, was to show how she can perform. I feel she dealt with it the right way. I felt like she did something that was key that enough people don't when you're part of a clash. When you're part of a clash on stage, not only are you clashing somebody, but you're also, bear this in mind, performing for the people them as well. It was clear that she understood this. When she was doing her songs, even when she threw lyrics aimed at Amory, this was her crowd in front of me, perform for the crowd. It was clear that she understood that. Amory just did that as myself for war. Everything was fuck you. Everything was directed at Queenie. It's almost like she forgets the people in front of her. It's almost like she forgets, say, oh, you're here to perform as well. So big up to Queenie for understanding that and how she dealt with the situation. I'll tell you this too. If a fight was to actually break out, Queenie would have win.
Of course.
You did say, Queenie did have that on her cutback, so
Listen,
like she was ready.
Queenie has been to jail.
Like actual prison time. So Queenie would have win that fight. If it actually got on that fight, Queenie would have win that. But she wasn't there to fight. She was there to perform. And she looked like $1 million out of those situations. So big up to Queenie. The clash in and of itself was a big shit show, as I could see. It was a bag of shithousery that happened. And I didn't expect anything less, but big up to Queenie about how she handled it, right? Anything left to say there, Ari?
I said it on my IG, and I'm going to come here and say it right now. Sting organizers are like, a win is a win. People ask me, what that mean? I'm like, all they had to do was just ensure that there was a venue. People come on. Whether it's good or bad, whether the whether the performances were good or bad, whether the entire the organized event, whether the entire event went well without a hitch or descended into chaos, as long as they held their end of the bargain, put things in place to ensure that there was an event. They are gonna be paid. They paid out whoever they need to be pay out, and them have whatever they need to get the money what they need to get, and they're fine. So to me, and the chaos that ensued, and the trending brand or hashtag of Sting went on for like 2 days after the event. A win is a win. They're fine. Like they said, they're gonna come back better next year. I hope they heed my advice.
All right. Well, let's wait to discuss the broader implications of whether or not there'll be another thing.
Yeah.
Marley Don Pablo YG clash. It would seem from the reactions to people who were there and the reaction on social media is that Pablo YG won the clash.
I saw that too.
I will say that one. The same thing that Mr. talked about with Queenie, it seemed like Pablo YG understood that better than Marley, just on the clips that I saw. For the most part, when him did do him song them, he was performing for the people them. Now, whether the crowd and the location was an advantage for Pablo YG, I don't know, I can't say. But it was in Pablo YG area. One can speculate whether or not if it did keep a jam world, if the crowd reaction would have been different or more in Marley Dan's favor. I don't know. But based on the little that I saw and little that was done, it just looked like Pablo YG did more understand stage presence more than Marley Dan to me. You see me? We know Marley did a complain about mic issues and them thing there. In general, it not really look good because it sound like you make an excuse.
Okay.
Even though your complaint them may be legitimate, but you've been on this tier of in people mind being, complaining about several things.
Okay.
So you know I come off like that any further.
Okay.
You see me? We know say it's especially when we talk, we know say it's just him.
His passion
And him kind of just struggling to come to grips with the murky part of dancehall and them thing. But you don't want to come off as a complainer. You know what I mean? Especially how Craft deal with it and say, yo, me I got through it too. Like, if anything, me I got through just like you. But me not gonna complain, but like, I think that's the best way to handle it. To me.
No, well, I see, I understand Marley Dan too, listen.
No, I understand you. Not to say I'm understand. I'm just saying how him come after the people.
They will kill you, and when you're silent, they say that you ain't.
Yeah, if you don't speak up,
so
in certain respect, if you don't speak up, then that's when you probably make the thing them go on and bury you further. But the thing is that you don't want to come off as being a complainer. Like all you do is complain. So yeah, the clash wasn't of any high quality.
I think more so, I think that was the challenge with the entire clash. The few clashes that I saw, I
never said the Animosity one, what them say. I never said the other one before the Queen one, Animosity. Yeah, you didn't even know about that one.
No, I only saw Queenie and I saw parts of
it was Animosity.
Pablo and Molly Don. But because I didn't even see it like that, because I said, and I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But the challenge is with even Molly, why I can understand why he's complaining or, he's speaking on that. And I guess he's like, you're right, not to make excuses because he probably could have performed better and did better on the stage. But it's just that when there are technical issues interfering with your performance, you gotta say it's not me, this is happening. It's just unfortunate maybe that it's snowballing into all of that complain. But that's what happened where you need better stage handlers. Like ensure that it's done perfectly. So at least, well, not perfectly, but just ensure that it was just managed better. The equipment and the stage and everything. Because I remember it was just being a chaotic mess because they were, am I wrong? Because the Queenie and Amari had it was just like the host. It was Queenie and Amari, and then when Queenie start grab Amari, that's when people start running onto the stage. But I remember with Pablo YG, was it? Because I remember there was just a lot of people on the stage at one point. Trying to remember if it was a Pablo YG clash.
And maybe just the We Are the World performance at the end.
Probably.
But there was a lot of people on the stage during that clash.
Yeah. I think that's it. Then just need to get better. Better at...
Yeah, the two of them.
Not me not talk about the entertainment, I talk about the sting, the sting.
Well, we're going to get into that
Control
right now.
it better.
Because what you just said a while ago, I feel could be the broader pre for only for artists where it's not them, it's the organization.
Yeah.
And the organizers are what go on.
Sure
I don't think it's
young.
fair. I don't think it's fair. May I get to that? I don't think it's fair to kill them artists, yeah. I know it was billed as being the sting for the younger artists. So when it not go right, people are going to quick to point the blame towards them and say, you see, them young youth don't know to perform, them don't know if a clash, they don't know stage presence, this and that and that. I don't think that's fair.
No.
Enough of them youth to perform a sting, them got other stage shows and them go on good. I just feel like the organization of the entire event was shoddily handled. And that probably is the understatement of the year. Jervis, you did stay up and watch it for some reason. I went to sleep. Serenity. You know what I mean? But Jervis stayed up the whole night. I watched it apparently. When did it tap out?
I stress out about your wallet.
Proper. But with your performance, it tap out.
What time was that? 6 o'clock in the morning?
So you watch a Queenie clash. You know what? You never get to see Pablo YG. Why the clash? What's that out there? No, I'm saying no. I can really back everything what I said. No, stand up. Ja. No, man, say no, look like so. Hard for the dog. Hard for the. Ja.
I miss.
God bless you for watching that entire event, Jervis, and God bless everybody that went there. Now let's get to the broader conversation though about Sting. Because I see reggae music forever did post something where he feels like, he suggested some things that would make it better and them thing. As me did I say, I don't think it's fair to point all the blame towards the young artists them and say, them a kill Sting and they're the reason for the death of Sting. No. These are things where me and you spot from way out are in regards to the organization of the event. Booking 60 artists, 60, 70 artists, 70, 80. The number is going to increase as I thought because that's how it was increasing when we talked to everything. Alright? It never made no sense whatsoever. And we could have seen how them time crunch problem did happen from way out. Way out. People like Josh never get to perform. So I'm getting excuse now for say why the clash with him and Silk Boss never gone. Silk Boss, I think it's about I don't know. Josh never performed, Skeng never performed. I heard that Skeng was even there. Look like him did see the play from way out. I heard that Skeng was he never left your room.
you gotta do this. What's the thing where you gotta like
I guess we can reveal this now. The little secrets that I heard. Say Skeng there go forward in a helicopter.
What?
Yeah, and say Nicki Minaj I did it too.
What?
I clear never so all them things never did hear there.
You lie.
Yeah, that's what I heard from trusted sources. That never but yeah, I think that if Sting is to go forward, because I will tell you this Sting organization and organizers, it dead to enough people now. Like it dead.
It's unfortunate.
Wanna try bring it back and then this happen.
Can I jump in?
And hold on, and then the whole thing will happen backstage.
No, before you get to that, I just wanted to jump in on
Okay.
Because that point you said it's dead, and then it's almost like the young artists are being blamed for it.
That's what I've been saying.
And I think that is just unfortunate
I've been
because
saying this.
the Sting brand, because I bought into what Heavy D and the promoters were saying that it's for the young people.
I did too.
I bought in for it because that's it. Like that's the whole thing about legacy and, you know, like you're passing the torch. Excuse me, when you have like an iconic brand like Sting, you know, like people are gonna die, people are gonna get old, people are gonna phase out of things. That's natural, and I think that should be a given. Where you'd want to see the generation upcoming. I don't know. Uprising, you know, now is why everything I'm not buying to the fucking culture. The generation be on now, you know, I come up. Like you'd want to see them get the shine. But I think the problem is just that the organizers are not thinking visionary. Them just rely on the strength and the wave of the young artists, but they also themselves need to change as well in terms of, you stinger for the young artists, but how are you ensuring that they get them proper shine and that whatever you're putting on, that they would benefit from it, not just you? And I think that's the challenge. I
think one thing that hinders that as well is that they're thinking about how we can make the most money, not necessarily about how we can put on the best show.
And that's where
that's why them front load it in a sense, where them book this bag of artists, we attract the people them for forward. And I think that was at the forefront of their thinking, and things like logistics in regards to like stage performance and all them thing there, and the timing and scheduling of performances was behind that in their list of priorities.
That's the thing, like you see, if you never make it a thing where a bunch of artists come on it, but the best of the best, the top tier of the top tier, then people would continue to want to work on, like that would be a thing that you want to work to be on, you know, like get your star level and star quality up so that you can be on it. So,
just to interject, Aaron, this is no insult to some of them artists, but there are some artists there on that show. It's like
of
you
course.
just have to why not do
why?
Why
Where?
not do you? Why not here? Like, what we're doing this for?
Exactly.
You know?
But if it was the quality new artists, like people who are visible, trending, who we say are content for breakthrough artists of the year or young artists who get them shine like 2-3 years ago and make it be that, like, of course you can't lose with that. You can't lose with it. And then when it's quality, they're gonna charge they're gonna have their cost, they're gonna charge what them charge, but you ensure that it's quality because people are gonna want to come back. You know, people are gonna be willing to spend the cash to ensure that they see a worthwhile show. So I don't know. That's what I think that the organizers have to look within themselves. I'm talking to you, Heavy D and Leng. You gotta look within yourself and figure out, like, listen, how best, because I don't necessarily think it's dead because everyone is, it's dead. I don't necessarily think that either. Yeah.
But it's going to take a lot of rejigging.
They can still be in, Leng and Heavy D can still be the fair or, you know, the main promoters of it, but just get people who have better organizing skill, who can, you know, people always ask me, oh, you're psychic. I'm not psychic. Like people say, they'd see it, like anybody with a brain could have seen that it wouldn't have ended well. Nobody wants to stand up for that. I'm even thinking about myself. Like, I usually put myself in situations. I think Jamaicans lack a lot of empathy. You put yourself in a situation. I don't necessarily want to be standing up for hours to see people perform for 15 minutes. I know I'm pissed off when I go to a show and you see people like two artists have performed.
Yeah, we'll go to being pissed off. Right?
Oh. Two artists are, you say pissed off like very flippantly. I don't mean it to the core of me. Yeah. Okay. But like, no, but you get annoyed, you know, when you got to a stage show and an artist a perform and them come and them gear to them, not even sing out the song, or, you know, them just dash that, like, I'ma be
And
angry.
then you get 10, 15, 20
No.
performances like them.
Exactly. It might as well that you had a DJ play their songs.
No sense. That makes
Like
sense.
if you're having a live show, you want the artist to be immersive, engaging, like a talk back and forth, like a engage conversational with the audience, like a whole set, a whole performance. I don't know.
I don't really, as you say, I don't really subscribe to the idea that it dead.
Nah.
But if you're not going to continue in the way in which, because me hearing us say like, yeah man, I'll do it again this year. It a go dead.
Get people who have better planning skills. Like who aren't in it just to make a quick buck, but truly believe in the brand itself. Because I do believe in the brand itself. But I just think that it needs to be a little bit more, that just a little rejigging.
Yeah, the brand is there now, and I genuinely feel like how we express that we were bought into the idea of things. That we're ready to, say, Sting is back. I feel like a lot of people were. It's just that it come and then the ball just drop.
Yeah.
And then just drop the ball and score a bag of one goal.
Yeah.
So
it looked as if like they were just in it to just try and get get back money. That's it. And it can be good.
At least that's how it appears.
Yeah.
You see me? So
Can be good.
that's our review of Sting. And here's our special guest joining us right now in the building. Shelly Ann Curran. Okay, go and go use the bathroom. But our special guest Shelly Ann Curran is in the building. So right now I just use this as an edit point, people. When we return, we'll talk to Shelly Ann Curran. Yo, people, welcome back to the Fix Podcast. It's your boy Naro here with Ari, and we have the self-proclaimed new queen of talk in the building. The tea hot. Apparently. I have a drink tea. Anyway. Yeah, Shelly Ann Curran at the building, people. I cause a bag of stir with our new podcast, Tea Time with Shelly. Curran, sorry. I know what the people them think say, a Shelly and Fraser Price. To wanna have
like
big business things.
Exactly.
These things. Yeah. Shelly, what go on? You look nice though.
Thank you.
You've been wearing black lately. Why?
Is what my stylist sent to me. I'm going to talk to her about it.
Yeah, this black thing.
Yeah.
I want to like it's death of careers.
Not my career. Mine is on the rise.
Yeah, Shelly, me just kick it off. I'm not want to punches. Straight off the bat. Why are you doing this? You don't think like you're too old for this? And not all in regards to capacity, but maturity.
Maturity?
Yeah, people say you're too old for you to do them mix-up show type thing.
Well, let's start off with the age.
Yeah.
It's 10 years that I've been, was supposed to be done. And every year I find another excuse, fighting my anxiety, dealing with a son that was very, very sick. And I put my dreams on hold to take care of him until he died. I took 2 years after he died to go to therapy, to grieve.
Well, first of all, condolences. Because didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I did.
He died 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And his life expectancy was supposed to be 7 or 8, and he lived almost to 18. I mean, he was born gravely ill, and to have him is a blessing.
You posted money. You did post on my Instagram several times.
Yes.
I see something now.
Yeah. So why am I doing this? I'm doing this for my son, and I'm doing this for myself because I've done many things very fast in my life. So at 35, I achieved all the dreams that I wanted to do. The highest peak of marketing. Then I started to dabble with the Devin Di Dakta, which carried me to the Grammys. And then even when I was doing that, I was still searching, because if you ever had a dream like I did as a young girl who struggled through school, my dream was to do what I was doing at Digicel.
Marketing, because you're in the marketing.
At that level, right. I never dreamt that would happen. So it took a couple of years to dream again. I didn't know what was a goal. I didn't know what to achieve to, because I spent so many years from I'm 18 saying, that's where I'm going to be. And I did it. And I did it. And I toured the world launching for Digicel. I lived in Haiti. I lived in Guyana. I lived in Martinique. I don't know what I have not done. I don't know who I've not worked with. I took a lot of time to spend back with my kids and my son. It's not only my son. I have 3 other kids. My daughter, my eldest daughter, she's getting her master's next year. Even I have 24. And I have 2 that is doing very well, who is 9 and 12.
Okay.
So I spent so much time working at Digicel, sacrificing my family, that I took a gap years, because I would say even dabbling with artists is just gap years. It's not something that, I was testing the waters. I was also learning. Wasn't exactly what I knew.
This is something that you've said on record before too.
Right. I keep things as honest as possible, and I have not changed. It's just that I'm not the person to come on here and tell you about my problems at home. I never tell you that I was leaving. I've been on here twice. Twice.
Twice?
Yeah, man. The views are go up. You owe me. Your views are skyrocket twice.
I think one at
the school,
New Stock,
and then I want to summer.
I remember you with your jerk. I don't remember the one before that.
Yeah, New
man.
Stock.
Yeah, and we did a lot.
One day I
about
know is that
Devin
Shelly has been a big supporter of us for years. That's what I
Yeah. So you did not know, and you also may not know that. I'm not going to call the name because I hope that they'll call me back now. That a very international reality TV show out of America contacted me 4 or 5 years before COVID. I'm not sure if it's 1 year or 2 years. It's very gray for me to fly to New York and shoot as a reality star. I also shied away from that opportunity.
What was it centered around?
Being
Love
me.
and hip hop.
Being me.
So wait, it would have been your own show, or you would have been a cast?
I would have been a
cast member. Okay.
Yes. So I shied away from
Jamaican-based personalities would have been a part. Other personalities from Jamaica.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Okay.
I don't know. It's because it's primarily Americans.
Okay.
So I don't know who would have been a cast. It's not something I followed up.
Okay.
It's not something I even watched before or after.
Oh, so wait. So I know you're not going to say, but I'm trying to figure out, like, is it on air, or was it on air when they approached you? Or was the show on air when they approached you? Yeah.
Yeah. Popular.
Oh,
Okay.
Hit show.
okay.
Big
That's
show.
what I said. Okay.
On Bravo?
No, it's not Bravo.
Okay, so it would X out the Housewife franchise.
Marja, which one?
No, it's not the boring ones. It's not the boring, and it's so funny because how it happened was, and you'll probably get clues from that. But as I said, it's not something that I took up. I did a first interview and did not go on to the second, not because I wasn't declined, but my anxiety of what that attention would have done to my family. So when I said I've taken a back seat, is on purpose. So my mischief making has been deliberately. I've been stifling myself to ensure that everybody in my family was prepared for what would have come. And
So what's happening now? You prepare them, like,
I'll prepare myself first.
Okay.
Prepare myself first, because you're going to get backlash and stuff. And right now, you tell me, you can't say.
Oh, we can cuss.
Yeah. You say sucky. Me, I go tell you, say that's not a crime. Let's talk about crime.
Yeah, you're lame, Shelly.
Good old figgy out. It all them. It give me all.
I thought you did do tea time. Come on.
Right. So it's not tea time, right? Because we're upon 12 countries. But you understand that maybe 4 years ago, dealing with what I was dealing with, maybe I wasn't prepared for that. Because I've had people come under my under the comment, I'll tell you, and say, oh, why you don't talk about how you give injections to pay the nurse to give injections to kill off your son.
Jesus.
No, somebody hold a second. I mean, just have to look on it. And if it was if it was 2 years ago when this was fresh, if it was 1 year ago, I would have a different reaction. But going through therapy and feeling like a rock star mom and realizing that I deserve and I did so much and sacrificed so much, it doesn't faze me. I couldn't have a child. I couldn't want to kill a child. And it lasts all the way at 18. And I don't need to give you the job for putting a little injection. So, it don't make, those things don't bother my psyche because me confident and all of my kids are doing so well.
One thing that I get from all of this, Shelly, is that we get everything where I just say it doesn't phase you. Like you come up big and bold and broad. I'm like, all right, actually really I do
Guns
this.
blazing.
Yeah, guns blazing. It's just, to me, I had those, like that first question I asked you, that was my question about the whole thing. Like, because like even with a Wendy Williams, she grew in it. She entered when it was younger. And like she come in now at her age now and I do them things. So it kind of are put into some people. I say, this big woman here I come with a mix-up show now. Like if them did see you start out from it, did younger and like coming to, I was like, that's been her thing. But you just explained a while ago. Yeah. That's been holding her back from doing it.
It's been holding me back. And I don't really see it as a mix-up show.
Yes, it is. Yeah, come, Shelly, come on.
Shelly.
The thing named tea time.
Shelly.
We can get over the line, then not you. When we say, we don't really mix up show, people can understand that.
Well, the thing about it is that I bring out different things. I have an interview segment and I bring out things that's affecting the society. Roger Griffiths, his mom was on our show. And guess what happened? All of you saying, or all the people around saying that big woman, that this year big woman, almost 80, been doing this on Twitter and been doing this on Twitter for about 11 years. So I was the first one that started probably in very early out, being very outspoken. There are periods where I've died down and then you see me come back up on Twitter and people have been copying my statements of mix-up drama or current affairs. So I've always wanted a voice. And after being attacked on Twitter by political, those people and stuff, we were doing like a back and forth. And I said, I stop talk for free.
Yeah.
And I have.
Facts.
And I just made that. And then I met up with
It took you 80 years to learn the game, Shelly. Wow. We don't learn that long time.
I wasn't ready and I wasn't
doing
ready.
well, don't do it for free.
Well,
Those time we tweet about ball game, I cuss out my team.
Well, let me ask, don't I do it well?
Yeah, well, what if you do it well? Don't do it for free.
Well, I don't do it. At the time, it wasn't a serious thing, but I've met an amazing team. Janine worked with me at Digicel. She's now my manager of the show. I have an excellent cast. I have a team that does my production and stuff. Yeah, and I'm getting the thing about it is that my show is now getting international attention, and I'm on. Tonight is the 7th episode.
Because you're on Hype TV, right? So Hype TV distributed to the regions that it's in.
Yes.
Yeah, it's airing in the regions.
So it's in the Caribbean, but my main core audience is in Canada, in London, and United States. So I'm getting deals already that will be rolled out. And yes, a security deal is actually in right now.
I would advise you to do that, Shelly.
Yeah, yes.
Really and truly.
Yeah, the only thing leave for them to do is the bulletproof car, but that will be there. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
somebody asked recently, like, if you really think people would go as far as to harm you. Like, somebody asked us if we think that if somebody would go as far as to harm us. So I'm posing the question to you now, like, do you genuinely think that your safety is in question since you started this?
If you asked me this pre-Andrew, I would have said,
Andrew Holness.
Andrew Holness,
Okay.
yes. I would have said, well, I'm safe. But nobody is safe. But you just go to work, you're not safe. If you go down the road, you're not safe. If you lie down in your house, so having gone out there, why you would think that I come in here saying me safe and nobody not safe for Jamaica.
It's interesting you would tie that to Andrew Holness, by the way. Your safety.
Well, there is a sense of, in the last, at least, come on now, after COVID, I mean, the opening up back, the place is sickheads.
Yeah.
Come on. Before, I would have tell you, say, listen to me. Remember, some of there road long time, so me have people that watch my head back all boats. But this new generation really work with order.
No.
There's no order. So not even the dons themselves is safe.
Order, true.
Not even the don them safe. So why would I come out like an idiot and say like naive? I'm not naive. I know what's going on in Jamaica. And it is horrible that we feel like this, and I feel like Jamaica is going on a Haiti path. But
I rebuke it in the name of the Lord.
well, I lived in Haiti,
cancel
and
that.
I had to get
Cancel
bodyguards. I had bodyguards. I had armored vehicles just
if
to
them
work.
assassinate the president.
And I said, this is 15 years ago, so this is in works. That kind of thing, you can't say you don't expect it. If you lived in Haiti for 15 years ago, like I did, and you had to have bodyguards, then you know where the country is going to go in a direction, and I am afraid that we are spiraling, that I have to call out Andrew Holness, because my safety and your safety, and it's not because of the fix, it's because them hungry and them want your car.
True.
And you are a big supporter of his, by the way, on the jail.
Yeah,
It seems
yeah.
like you know all the tongue for criticizing nowadays.
No.
What? Yeah, because I see that you're teaming up with Andre Stevens, I think that's his name. And, like it's this whole thing. So I guess that's the question. We can shift into that. So why have you team up with him? I'm just going to say team up for
why is it team up?
Word.
We're totally separate, but I do comedy shows on a Friday. It's a very successful show. It's the four of us. It's Dr. Love, it's Epic, and it's four personalities, myself and Andre.
Yeah.
So we were invited
to really criticize. Like most times I say, you talk about several things. I know that you talk about several current topics, but to like, why that shifted to like really
zero in politics and the current government.
Yeah.
It's very
Andrew.
Listen, and I'm going to be very fair to Andre. If you listen to all of his lives and stuff, I mean, who are you going to cuss? It is you couldn't really think that we would be cussing the minority in the house. I mean, all the positions and all of this. I mean, it's just what is happening. The crime. So who will go and cuss? Now, Commissioner Horace and of course Andrew that holds the fort. So even if PNP was in power, it would seem that way. Okay. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that if the PNP does something, it does not come up. Okay. It's just that the attention is on this party.
Right. So basically, because it feels as if, I get it. They're in power. So obviously power. They would have the culpability and the accountability.
And then the biggest thing is crime.
Yeah.
And then there's other things that goes underneath there.
Yeah, but even with Andre Stevens, though, I'm thinking he's questionable. I personally think he's questionable because
you could invite him on and question him.
Right. No, because I was even just thinking you teaming up with him.
No,
I saw you one time.
I have tea time.
Yeah.
And he has partner draw.
Yeah.
And I love him. I adore him. I respect him. I love what he's doing for the country.
But you don't think it's a clout chasing thing?
No, it's not clout chasing.
Because he came on it like 2 years ago.
This is clout chasing. You're clout chasing.
2 years
ago.
You
sitting down here is clout chasing. You is a clout chaser. And me get 2,000 followers off a shot. Me a clout chaser. No. This is what he really loves. Right? And the fact that he's getting clout shouldn't make you look at it and say he's a clout chaser, because he speaks on a lot of times for people who don't have a voice. He speaks for people. There are 2 Jamaicas, 3 Jamaicas. And I'm sure none of us fall in the third category, that when their people are murdered or when Donna Lee's mom couldn't get nothing because there's a policeman who have the balls to tackle this, because what would have happened? Let us be realistic. Going to the same police station at halfway tree where the girlfriend work. Come on. So this is where bloggers, this is where people who don't have any affiliation that can speak and are advocates, right? Yes, I think he started it and he didn't realize where his voice could have been channeled. But I'm telling you, he is developing into a real serious person the diaspora, because things that he speaks about needs to be spoken about.
Yeah, that's some of my things him talk, how him go about talking about come off as clout chasing.
And to be like, it's
sort of similar to things that L.A. Lewis would do.
You vulture, because again, even you're speaking on the Donnelly thing, like nobody is saying like not to speak and champion, because Donnelly had her community to champion for her. But I think certain times, like when, especially him, you see that he was on it because he knew that it would have gotten him views. Like let me ask
you a question. All right. He knows he's going to. I don't know that. You don't know that. I'm just saying. Should he just stay home then and not speak? You'd prefer. I would rather. Personally, I would rather a murderer be brought to justice. I don't care if it's L.A. Lewis, you, me, or nothing. I want a better Jamaica. So whatever it takes, because Commissioner do it and Oris Chang asleep. So I think this is exactly the reason why I can't understand why there's so much energy for where my pum pum go versus what is the state of Jamaica? What is the state of Jamaica?
Some of the things that I mean, even want to talk about him too much, guys. That's all. Yeah, I never see might not like that. But like some of the things that involved in, at least some of the ways that go about it, it come off as clout chasing, as I said before. It come off as you're not really doing something to really bring the right attention.
This interview is becoming about Andre Stevens.
I don't want it to.
And
but just bring up an example
about tea time.
This is true.
And the direction where it is going.
Cool. But let me talk. But if we talk about you as well, Shelly, and here's something that you have done before. Me. Now, me, I talk about you right now. May I bring up an example about something that you have done?
Yeah, okay.
Where people will tie that into somebody like a Andre Stevens.
Right.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like when you're going to put out tweets about, or if you see the person who killed Sylxnce or Farin, approach him and tell him that the police looking for him. I'm like, why would somebody tweet that out? Why would anybody approach somebody that is wanted for murder? Why would you tell people and put people in that type of risk and say, go up to this person that's wanted for murder and tell him, say, police are looking for them? Like them type of thing.
All right. So
I know that probably was a mistake.
No, it wasn't a mistake.
Okay, because to me that never made no sense, and to enough people that never made no sense.
And this is why I have moved to visual. Because if you read the tweet, and I'm sorry that you don't have the boards like my thing, right? If you read the tweet.
One out of bag of money like it.
Right. You don't have it. If you read the tweet, there was a line in there that would have bawled out sarcasm. Some people got it, but that's what.
But Shelly, understanding the platform and understanding how people take things.
Understand the platform, that this is how Twitter is.
Yes.
Listen. This is why you heard what I said.
Why
I've gone to doing a show where things cannot, because just the day before we were talking about him not really there foreign. So if you never saw the tweet that was tweeted before, and I'm being sarcastic now, you gonna take it literally. You understand what I'm saying? Because
a lot of people would have.
Oh, great. So you understand that it was a sarcastic meant to be sarcastic because the man never there foreign. There's nobody that has the man never there foreign, and I was correct about that. Hold on. So I am saying to you, but
so this is why people say cloud chase, because why you take something that is very serious now and trying to be sarcastic about it.
No.
Basically making jokes about it.
It wasn't
this
a
is
joke.
Why people are saying,
it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke because ask anybody how many persons actually tweeted his face. From it happened, I was chasing him. I wasn't chasing any. I've been doing that. If you check my record for 11 years on Twitter, anything that come across that I feel like there's a known person on the loose.
I know.
I've done that. That has been my passion. So I don't need to cloak.
I was just talking about that thing specifically why people point at
when it come on to murder, crime, I was being sarcastic at he wasn't in there. And the earlier tweets would have said, we don't think he left. And you understand? So it was misread. And one of the reasons, and there was a line in there, that literally said sarcasm to the fact that don't do this, don't walk up to a murderer. Right?
This was after I tweeted that.
No, there's a line in there, It's half
I saw the I don't recall seeing that line.
I'm trying to bring it up.
A champion and so there's sarcasm. And I realize that people take things so literal. So here what I do. Since I only have a few lines of character to think, I've done my show, my podcast. So when me say with my chest, you can get the full context. And then there are people that can edit it and stuff. I'm done with that. Okay. You know what I mean? I will do my one-lines and stuff. I'm doing visuals where I can express myself shorter and direct. And you can see my facial expression. Because I can be like, when you see my Atlanta, people were saying it was at New York, Atlanta, and it was, if you were following the story, I wasn't being serious about him being in America. Because some
people say also you're a part of the crowd that was spreading misinformation about the whole thing.
I'm not the one. First of all, I cannot be a crowd. Nationwide, an observer, news outlet put it out that he was abroad. I was the one that was red flagging it as it doesn't make sense. So, but I was not going against. That's why I was careful to say, according to Nation, an observer, why you not call out them? Why you got tell me
we did. We say report them confusing. We did.
Let us be real. I am passionate about crime, I am passionate about women losing their lives. That not going to change. That's not going to change.
You think what you're doing now is effective in terms of trying to doing it because most people say that, you're on the internet and there's that's not translating any real world
awareness?
No, real world constraints in crime and violence. It's not translating to actually stopping crime and violence.
I'm not hired. I'm not Horace Chang. I'm asking Andrew to replace him. I don't want to fight crime.
Okay.
Come on, I want to sell wigs and I want to go places
and wear black dresses.
And I want to wear black dresses with red bottoms. I want to do that and live my life and I want my kids and I don't want to be watching them and I don't want bodyguards and I don't want that. I have to speak about it because there's a choice. I'm living in Jamaica. I'm not happy with it. So I speak about it, but I'm here to put some type of pressure on changes that matter for every Jamaican.
Let me ask you this. You're afraid more of the backlash from government or from people in the dancehall world? Which one have you more paranoid? That's how Mr. Earl interesting why they tie that to Andrew. I wonder that make you really paranoid.
Crime is out of control because people know they can get away with it. So the justice system is flawed. So a lot of things are flawed.
But you believe that the justice system was flawed prior to the JLP administration? Okay.
Yes. Okay. But you know what we do? And I'm a part of it. We'll go up and we'll dance and we'll listen to the dubs and we'll
I'm
talk
sorry,
about...
Shelly, I was just looking at you. Yeah, your legs are shining beautifully. Like
Yeah, I have a glam
She have
squad.
ADD, sorry.
It just like
I'm an A-lister
She have ADD.
now. I'm not a
ADHD,
manager
all of them-
anymore.
all of them
I am an
things she have.
entertainer.
no, it's
Yeah.
continue. I apologize. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Very shiny. Like,
Hey, that thing said me would have been the pro.
come Mr. Things her leg did a show the Carol like, oh shit.
She don't know what she do. She don't know what she do.
He hit me at 70.
She do the opposite of Sting. She go down with the time and age.
Yeah.
You sorry about that, no, because you're saying that, we know that it was flawed prior to
Yeah,
the
of
JLP.
course.
Mhm.
It's not a blame on JLP, but what they end up doing is giving false promises and hopes. And what we Jamaicans do is yam it up and then whatever. And then
Both parties too, like,
right.
yeah.
But at this moment,
The one who enjoyed it.
we are at the top. When I say to you, our murder rate is higher than Haiti. People laugh, but it's factually true. Because of the population and we have a higher murder
No,
rate.
yeah, you're right. Even though maybe
Than-
Haiti kill more people, but the fact that
9
there's less of
million
us.
people
versus
2.9 or whatever
yeah.
it is.
It
It's
rivals
too
the same,
high.
yeah.
So we are higher than Haiti. We're higher than people in war. And people are going about I am in awe that people are going about their business like, all right, I hope I don't get shot. Like, it's crazy.
What I mean, like, was if you feel like Andrew or people are Taylor or something like that, because you call out these things on the internet and you ask questions. So that's what I did ask in regards to if you're more fear from about the government or people.
I actually don't fear anything.
Okay.
Right? I'm living if I'm living in my purpose. And this was ordained for me to finish this. You didn't know, the viewers didn't know. I'm not doing it for them. I'm not doing for the ones that think that I'm too old. I'm not doing for anybody. I'm doing it for myself. That's the difference. I'm not looking any approval.
And you know what's funny? I see that too.
And you know what is funny? You know what is really funny? In 6 months' time, when I cross over into the American market, when everybody going to say, I was there with Shelly. Oh, I knew she was going to be a star. You see, this is how it's going to be. And
That's
I
just
understand.
human nature, yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
That now gonna be me. I'm gonna say I had questions. I'm gonna be honest. I don't
You're
think.
right. But hear what? I have
I see that you're doing
vision.
it.
I tunnel vision about it.
Yeah.
And I'm prepared to get the hits. And I've said to everybody, I'm not going to make fear cripple me.
yeah. Because,
Out
funny
of
enough,
this.
I've seen a few of the videos, seen a few of the clips, and I'm like, first I see that you're clearly enjoying it, what
Yeah.
you're doing. You're clearly enjoying it.
I'm being me.
Yeah.
And there's a comedian side of me that nobody really knows. And a lot of people are writing on there that says, she's freaking hilarious. And I have a father that is just hilarious. I got it from him. You have never seen this personality. And yes, I'm bipolar. So, I'm not even...
Oh, you are like diagnosed, like for real?
No, I just call myself it because I'm mad.
Okay.
Right? But I do have different moods and I have severe swings. And so some episodes...
Menopause, yeah?
Huh?
Menopause, yeah?
No, it's menopause mixed up with other from teenage,
I hate you
So
now.
it is no, but why would anybody hate for that? We're women. You know that Jamaica
I
is
hate him.
No, you don't have to hate him. You need to hate the nation because we women do it to each other, not you. Because apparently aging is an issue for Jamaicans, while everybody celebrates aging as something that you must look, it's a proud thing.
Well, in eastern part of the world, yeah, the western part
And that's
is
why even
necessarily...
when I approached the question
Listen,
that I asked you first, it
it's-
wasn't in regards to capacity. Because I don't question your
every-
capacity to do this. I just question maturity in doing some of the things them we had in regards to the topic and the mix-up. That's all I question. I know I say you can do this, but man, I say you're not too grown for do this. That's what enough people
And I
ask.
mingle with them like, yeah.
But you say it's long time, but it's a long time.
Who is enough people? Just tell me who is enough people.
People on Twitter,
Who are they?
Oh, okay.
people online that see
People
this.
online.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the 1 and 2 and 3, go through my comments. They're fans.
I see that
No,
people like it.
look here. Me do remember the stats. I'm a bright. 90% of the comments are saying they're fans. But you choose to tell me the 1 and 2 that say, this is not for me. Why you do it? Why you don't go mind your business, pay your bills,
Tell
and
her.
go mind your business. Me not ask you to watch me, my love. Me have worldwide fans. Me not even look for Jamaica fans, but me love them. What you need to understand is that I am an entertainer. See, Queenie crossover in a 52, me not reach 50 yet.
I
so
knew she was an inspiration. I just
why
knew
you
it.
feel like say me with my menopausal self I cannot do this? You're crack. I'm talented. I'm multi-talented.
Hey.
I've done everything.
Hey.
And this is the last chapter.
Shelly, I know you've explained it to us about, how you got into it, but this I got going to what people been saying about you for years. Remember Kim Nane? You remember what they say about Kim Nane? You remember what they say about, even some people that say about you with David say, you want to be the star, and you not really push them to be the star.
Yeah,
it
but
all tie back into enough of what people used to say about you back then.
Listen, a star is a star. And I'm not holding back myself. And I was a star manager. And I had a big personality that brought a lot of attention. And that's my style. You know what? I am working with Dovey Magnum, and she is not intimidated by my being, my energy. We feed off of it. We are overconfident.
Is very.
We love it. Our energy is sinking.
Yes.
So guess what happened?
You two are very much alike.
Actually, you know what? They say that I'm shining, but maybe it's just that I'm a damn star. And it's not that I had a platform because I don't sing nor can I dance. But me have a throat. So me find something
and Shawty said do a whole heap of things with it.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
So did she.
Let's talk about that because Shelly,
you draw the very relatively quiet, minding her business, now business with nobody, Shawty. Oh, you get for
she hardly get into any squabbles on social media.
People talk about Shawty all the time, and she's never responded.
But you managed to draw out.
So why you never ask color and ask her why
we have to forget you drop up hoops to get to her.
We have to go through way more hoops than it was to get to you.
Why you think, what was it about what you said that would have elicited such a response?
And that is the most interesting thing that you said, what I said. Because if you watch the video,
it was what somebody else
I
said.
didn't say anything.
Oh yeah, it was Pinky.
But did that take part?
No, Pinky, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
So,
but it started from there.
From Pinky
the moving
Pink.
from
but
there.
I hear a brand name, that way I said, yeah.
I take part in that. Yeah.
Right. And then I did ask the question, which was on everybody's tongue. And what I can't understand is not a pick thing, because she herself, who I follow from my music page, big brawling Shelly Curran bookings right now. So all she talk about black, there's access on my Wix page, and I follow her because she's a producer, right? So
I don't think about that much.
whatever. So I am just saying,
big up Sharpbox.
Big up Sharpbox.
Them can see a tour with this now. They never see it on Twitter.
Yes, they can see this.
They see the visuals.
I'm being sarcastic.
Producer.
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, them say that. Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is this, that, okay, that was trending. Remember this. Vibes Cartel put up, and nobody saw it, or people saw it, and says something another about my house, my new wife in a house, and it was circulating for a little bit, and then Shawty put up, boy, me not want, like in a TikTok, come on, they're celebrities. She's a known person. So
figure.
It's not her. It's everybody. Popcorn and me. I'm not sure if it's still like this, but Papi Malone, Sharon Burke. So let me ask you something. If I get into this business and I'm serious about it, myself is not because if you drop something upon me, I have to address it upon the tea.
I people are so way there talk about tea, but only for tea upon you. That,
Yes, but if you watch today's episode, I start tonight.
Yeah, a couple minutes on
well, right. When you start, drop it.
you have your own tea.
Yes, because
So you finally admit to having sexual relations with Devin.
I've never did.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get that one.
Devin
Me
is
not trying to get that exclusive.
The two are the fit.
no, Devin is definitely. You know what is the problem with me and Devin? Which there's no problem because we're cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was new to being a manager, so what I did instead of I kept it's like I did more things like a mother. Right? And there is a certain line where, you don't need to go. And we're not talking, it's not no incest mother either. We're talking about, people rule with the heart. So guess what happened? And can I be honest about it? Because I think me and him will have to address it because there's room for me and him to work again. We don't have no bad feelings. I'm the godmother of one of his sons, right?
Yeah.
So
One, him did have other
he's
people.
two.
Backside.
And he's a woman who has been his woman all that time buys wigs from me. She come and she send pictures right through. So that perception of what is not. What happened is that when I opened my booking agency, that artists have in them feelings. You work. He didn't want to share. We shouldn't him stop music and he wanted me to stop my career with him. So that caused a little bit. Even though in my office I had Devin as a big thing and everybody, I did everything, but I had to move on. As I said, I have a vision. He stopped voicing because he was going through his own things.
Okay.
I couldn't stop. And it caused,
Makes sense.
a normal, well, all right.
I mean,
then
it
him
too, so
stop
communicate with
talking.
me.
So we both just took path to grow. I still think he's finding him, redefining who he is. And I'm hoping that we will come back, having me now checking off what I really want to do and stuff. You know what I mean?
Me personally, I don't think there's any way back for that. Does it seem like you're fully driven and into this right now?
Yeah, I am. But I'm taking on Dovey as I've taken on Dovey Magnum fully. I'm still
You booked
booking.
her first thing?
No, but I'm literally 2 days old, a manager, by the way.
The people them can't see how she make up her face.
Yeah,
I'm going
to say, because it's coming out on Friday, that, I came on as a booking agent, and because she saw my professionalism and I really love her energy and we have a good synergy, she's asked me to be her manager. So she's the first person since Devin that I am
officially managing.
Yes, managing. I haven't done that.
Sidebar. Multiple sidebar hour going
Jesus,
because
that's so much sidebar.
yeah, because we still go back to Shorty with the Devin pass right now. But we're past for even that right now. Dovey, you can ask her what she have to do because we thought we were cool and we don't know, like we booked her for like 3 interviews and she
did not. I don't think that there's anything personal.
Okay. Can you set that up?
Yeah, I can set that up easily.
Cool. Right.
And I would want her to do this interview.
We want to talk to her for a
hold
long
on a
but
second.
every time she finds something come
Can I
up.
make my own plug now?
Okay, cool.
Right.
Is this our next sidebar to my sidebar?
No. So
Okay.
Dovey has not had a good structure in management. And I'm telling you, what you're going to see, and I'm 2 days old in this role. She just asked me yesterday, change from a booking agent, and there's a lot of things we're doing. We're actually going to have a full Caribbean tours. You'll be seeing that in 1 day. So there are opportunities that people who are handling her that may not see that. But me know the fix, because me know the fix subscribers gonna go over to Tea Time with Shelly Curran. Yeah.
Some of them sadly are. You traitors.
Yes. Them can't share. We can't share.
Yeah,
them up.
no space can share.
Yes.
So, because again, we're in a little alternate universe. Wait.
Oh.
So if you were managing Dovey before, you that make sure go perform a thing?
Yeah, I really don't.
Sorry?
If you was managing Dovey before, you that make sure perform a thing?
If I was managing Dovey, she wouldn't have gone to Sting. Reason being, Reason being, I have done, them owe me for Devin, I know, right?
Yeah, I
and
see
that
they
is 6
said that.
years ago,
Yeah,
right? So you know, it's not joke business. I've done the unprofessional. I've been down that road with them. That if I have any artist sting coming that I manage, they have to give me 100% for us to even leave. Because I know that they're unprofessional. We know that year Devin didn't. We stand up backstage and wait to go out. I'll know we not even get to perform, and we gave up another gig. So here what? It's not like, you know, people, they don't have no respect for the artists, and that they put off, especially the ones that are trending and stuff, and you know, everybody have them time and season, and then to go there, can't get to perform and don't get your money. No, come on. I have had my experiences with Evie and Leng. And Leng check me when you call him for balance. I'm not in. Me don't have no time. This year queen
Like
have no
how?
time. What did Leng say to me specifically? I don't like something. It was very slight, but you know, you could tell that the tone and it was not slight. I wouldn't say him say.
Subtle.
Subtle. The word is subtle. He said to me, I said, Leng, really going to pay? I said, this is like when I said, this is what I'm going to do all the time. He said, no way ya do. Or no way ya, who ya do it with. All right. I guess we're
That
not
found in
entitled.
several ways, by the way.
Yeah.
So what you said to the people that said that a year old make Devin career not gonna away right now?
Oh my God, I saw that a couple of times and I'm like,
Really?
what people
Yeah, I
are
saw
saying?
But
that.
he'll never
comment.
get my hole. Maybe if he got my hole, the career would be very good. I think it'd be very up right now. Because my thing always make them turn millionaire, my love. So me don't know. Everybody will get it. Everybody will get
I don't know,
it.
Shelly, and
Everybody that's
this hour me I go.
why
I go
the
say what the people them would have said.
But why
It not
the-
able to keep a husbands of her.
What is this husband is some little is a prize?
That's
First
what
of all-
say it all
that's
time.
what some people
Sorry,
say.
excuse me. Watch
Not
episode
me.
7. Shorty is misinformed. He said, he leave me, I filed for divorce. And I put it out on episode 7 with the lawyer, and I gave a public disclaimer that you can contact Annalise Lindsay. She is allowed to tell you who filed for divorce. We were not happy with each other.
Shelly love this.
Yeah.
But
Shelly, you are loving this.
But guess what though? We were miserable together as a married couple, but we are best. See the best friend we me have, and then the first person we press subscribe is my husband, and we're already making family plans to go away with our kids. So, all right, would never work whether it's me file, him file, but actually I filed. Okay?
Ex-husband, no.
Yeah, it's my ex-husband.
You did refer to him as a husband.
Well, because he's still the person in my life that supports me
Okay.
100% in everything. So
it wasn't
we went
acrimonious.
through. No. I'm not here to put you up. Not. I call FBI upon him. Me did scale a fence and tear down and throw him clothes out. Come on, girl. A marriage, eating divorce is easy when you talk about assets. No, man. We go through the war of the Qurans. Yes.
Wait. Are you being sarcastic?
I am not being sarcastic. I'm being honest.
Yeah,
That's why if you ask me if I take Devin Dick, why me can't say so?
If me did Liam, would I say the tea art?
The tea art. Yes, but guess what happened?
Wow.
You see, as soon as 5 years ago, as soon as we said I went to court and I went to court and I said, when the judge looked at me and said, Mrs. Curran, have you done everything you have possibly? He didn't have to because I filed for divorce. Tears
It's like
came.
reconcilable differences, yeah.
Yes. So I cried on the stand. He called me. He says, one day, Shelly, I will tell you he wrote, because it was my birthday 5 years ago, like 31st of May. I had to go to court and he was exempted from, because I filed. So I was the only one there. His lawyer was there. He was working in Bahamas. And he called me the night and he says, it was the you know, because nobody wants a marriage to be over. And his views to me was, one day I'll have the courage to tell you what today, how I was. Now he's dating. Now the first one where he was with, you know, say me never ready for it. So me did get her pure trouble. But you see all the next two after that, I don't even. I mean, if he wants to have dinner, I haven't met the last one because them changed plenty. You know, I haven't met the last one, but literally, I am.
Is he okay with your
with my who
partners? If he's met any
partners,
I don't know.
How much
Yeah, the multiple partners.
If you have multiple,
the multiple partners what Shorty say sleep with. Shelly, come on, you know.
Or is it one big happy family with your partner, his partner? Like that's what I try to find out.
No, there's no happy family with any partners.
Okay.
We have a solid relationship. If him come to my house and see somebody, he's gonna be respectful and support their business, and they're gonna have. He's a very decent man.
That has happened before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was dating somebody, only putting all of this on me. For the past 4 years, I've been with one person, and he's laughing at all of these things.
Remember, you used to do with somebody who supports him enough, and you take them off, though.
Right. And he never really left anywhere. Okay. Right. And during COVID and during my son, he was there. I just I never made it public, and I'm not confirming if it is here or no or whatever, but he was there. We had a brief breakup, and he's been the person that has been solid. And if you call him right now, Mr. Sharma, he will tell you right now that he says, Shelly, lock off your phone and go get the subscribers. You know, he's the one that, you know, would say that.
Yeah.
So he's also very encouraging about what I'm doing, and everybody around me is prepared for the backlash. So
I like how your family like.
So you got some tea, and my son, he's prepared. Yeah. My daughter is prepared. We're all prepared.
No, Shelly, as someone knows, say being fit for a long, you jump fence and all them thing there for man.
Yeah, I'm break into the house. So easy scale that.
Journal style.
So no one want me afraid of.
We don't know. Like when you say it's a casual. Like when you say it's a casual, like it's nothing.
Yo, Shelly been a cougar for a long time.
No, but let me tell you something. Old man don't want me.
Wow.
So,
young you them.
You see young.
That's why them say you've been with them artists, Shelly.
This is so ensemble. I can get it. I see.
Devin is out.
Okay.
Come on.
Who is in?
Well, the tea is at, and
leave me alone.
the tea at.
All right, we'll go back to the second sidebar, David. We're going to return to Shorty, right?
We're still talking.
David. Yeah.
We're done with Devin now.
Just a little bit. Last question. You think that the incident that happened with Corey Todd affected things in regards to his career, even on a relationship? Manager, artist, of course.
It affected him. I'm very protective of him even now.
I mean, we know it affected him, of course, when it happened, but I mean like long-term effects.
Yeah, I think mentally, it took, as I said to you, even though when I worked hard to keep him focused to even, you know, complete that album and stuff. And remember, when him even accomplished that, the stigma still, so, you know, he got the deal with the and went on the rock billboard.
Yeah.
There's so many things that we did.
The devil is back again.
Yeah, but the devil is back again, right? And all of that. Even them still follow and them still talk to me from that group. And, you know, we did so many things. But I think that it's almost like he was so angry, he never let go. And I know that, I know personally that just looking at him and how he progressed, that it affected him. And it's like you're on a high and you know you were there. And it was total fuckery what they did. Total fuckery. And people like the same ones that bashing me people were cussing him for being beaten. No, come on, no, he's a victim, and don't ask me.
You know how the game is played.
No, but why crime is the way it is? If somebody's minding their business, and not only did he do that, but he also made a go-go say him touch him. You know that once you make a sexual crime against somebody, you're immediately arrested. And remember, he went through that. Come on, man. He's a clean guy that have him vision. Him had plenty girls. I was a mother figure to him. He could use my car. He could stay at my house with his woman. It was dinner. I'm at dinner at Go St. Mary. They loved me as a family. It wasn't just strict manager this.
It was like a motherly figure too.
And they trusted that, and their family, their mother and father trusted that I had his back. Yes, we did post a picture of a little, the one with my name back. That was done purposely. That was a gathering, a family gathering up Strawberry Hill, and he came as part of the family because he has always been a part. So it was my father, mother, sister, everybody, my family eating thing, and he was there. And we were playing around. I was jump on back and say, we put this on the gram and Jesus. So do I regret it? No. Because I did want views and I did want something there at that time.
For
and
him,
anything,
of course.
Yes. Yeah. And then it brought attention to him and stuff. So
and
yes.
of course to yourself and your managerial services, I'm sure.
Exactly.
I know what you think, Shay. I know what you think.
Shelly, I'm saying you are enjoying this, and I believe it. Like you've prepared and you've built for this, and you're loving literally every minute of it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm an entertainer.
Yeah.
All right, so back to the original main topic now.
Jesus.
Yeah, back to Shotty now.
Okay.
Why you addressing Shotty? It seems like you're willingly antagonized. Because today I see you post a clip there. Shut up, Shotty. Like,
listen.
I plays the door Ari. I say like,
I'm going to say this. Sharon Burke and me coming from 30 years. And I did a whole video on Sharon Burke and Burna Boy. I antagonized, I called popcorn, and we're going back from here, and I make fun, and I was talking about such and such. Why is she off limit? I'm just saying, it's in the media. Her ex-husband is the person that put out that him have a new wife in a house. If you read the lyric, read the tweet or the post, clearly he wanted people to know. Why, as a talk show host, not going to talk? All right, tell me the reason why me not for say. All right, so each week I have a guest where I come and say what's going on in the street. That's how I find out because I'm not in the street. So I take subjects off of what I see on IG. So I watch the fakes. Me say what we not talk about. Pretty
don't put it on. We've been on holiday. We've been on holiday since the start. Don't put that on.
Watch King Mix Up, big up King Mix Up. You know, so I watch, even if I don't watch the video, me see the heading, what's trending. So I take things that are already in the atmosphere and I say, so it really goes so. And I just put my little voice to it like this.
Your pizzazz.
My pizzazz.
And you
to
drink
it.
your tea.
And then I'm doing my tea. And then it shot. And then all of a sudden, me is a witch hunter. It's not like that.
No, because you're not supposed
literally
to
dressed in black.
No, Shelly, very thing, Shotty.
All right,
Shotty not trouble nobody.
No one.
So Sharon Burke trouble people?
Me no know.
Trouble people?
Based on, some people would say that.
Trouble people?
No.
Well, I don't know.
How much people we talk about? She's not special, and I'm not making her special.
All of the people you just question, or you just mention question them. I have no definitive answer. People have things to say about Sharon Burke too.
I talk about Ramesh. I talk about Rebel. Every incident that happened, it's going to go into the brain. I have an entertainment show, and you can't ask Wendy what you're going to ask. True. And I never call myself Wendy Williams. It's the people calling me Wendy Williams in the comments. Okay? I am doing this because this is what I wanted to do, and I make humor out of it, and I'm goddamn funny.
My question I have to ask you though, you are funny. She's hilarious. But the question I have to ask, which people ask us all the time, and I'm asking you because, I mean, I guess we understand what you're doing. But is there any malicious intent?
No.
Okay.
None.
I guess that's what people would probably.
But you see that when she texts back, right? Suck your mother and this and re. I had to know that the video that you saw preempting to tonight's episode 7. I just address it, but at the same time, I do class unruly squid and say, don't size up with Shorty. Shorty can come for me, mama to mama. But little girl, don't pass the place with me.
Which is Popcorn Sister.
Yes, because
right.
they put up something about fuck out and all of that. And I have to say, listen, the same breath, in the same show that I just addressed what she wrote on my thing.
Yeah, this is 7 minutes ago. Yeah.
I said, please do not come and size up with Shorty. Shorty give me 2,000 views. You give me 2. Go away. Squid. And then I brought out her file and said, don't let me draw it out.
That's the file right there.
See the file there? I'm not telling any lies.
thumbnail,
You
right?
literally have it as a thumbnail.
Right. Okay.
Yo,
So
your
I big-
team
so I
is
big
with
up-
the shits.
I big up Shorty right there and say, listen to me. If a girl for tell me about my mama and underneath me, it'll go be the mama Shorty that give me 2,000 when she cuss you at 2,000. This girl come here unruly squid with fear little 2 followers. And what she a come with? Girl, go sit down before me dry because it's not malicious. I've never
But
never
here you are
said-
threatening to draw files.
unruly because she threatened to go to like she actually wrote threats that she's going to expose something. And I said to her, my team said to her, because I don't answer them anymore. I said to her, put it up. Make we screenshot it because we're going to address it on the show.
File for file.
And the file. No, my file, her file is like this. My file are just little. If we take little or big.
Sure. Is there anything you want to reveal now that may come out like you they are a dearer basically? You want to say anything now?
That like what? When my file?
Like yeah, say from something from your file, something from your
I'm
club.
a pum tight. It make everybody ball like Chinese. And them ask me if them want threesome with me because them think me's a big woman. What me for do?
Are you willing to the threesomes?
Yeah,
Do
get
it
yeah.
already.
Do it already.
She
Do
do
it already.
Yeah,
alright.
do it already.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't have an answer.
So you say, come on.
Come on.
You're 50 years old.
Cougar written all over that. Yeah. all over.
So Shelly, there's not, because me I say people I tell you suck your mother and them I tell you this and whatever. Like, affect you no way. Like, like, Jesus, maybe I should really teen.
Yo, Shelly, like, would
Let
we
me ask you a question.
Let me ask you a question. We crawled into
Wait,
them like
let me ask you a question.
You jump right into the suck your mother. It took me years.
Let me ask you a question. Everybody have strength for me. Gabriel King was killed by his mother, allegedly, right? And she's wanted. She's not doing the password. I have a son that was born with 100 seizures a week at a 1 month old. Brain start to deteriorate because of the seizures. Can never walk, could never talk, and he's been by my side. Eventually, we had to feed him from IV through IV tubes, right? So my whole day is finding, make sure the medication, I did everything to have 24-hour care to keep him alive. Why the shit and I feel like suck your mother? And I carry him to 18 years old when he should have died at 6. Fuck you when you suck your mother. I want to cry for my son that I miss. Fuck you and you think I'm old. Fuck you. Me, a boss. Because me not leave my son, I'ma put my career, not the career where I propel for people, but put myself behind. I'ma go into the shadow, I'ma go into the grave and say, I don't want to be seen because I have to look after a child and I want to not bring this attention.
That's hard.
Why you think that anything when I want to say, put any dick on me, it doesn't matter. I'm a good mother and I sacrifice and I deserve what I want to do.
True.
I deserve a life now. You don't know what I go home when you see me on red carpet at Digicel. You don't know when I'm leading a team what I face and my fears of him not being able to breathe in the night and him have seizures and I have to turn him on his side. I've had to learn about seizures, neurological disorder. Come on, can I just talk about somebody cocky smaller or who get kicked out and laugh about it? Why can't I just do that? Because that's what I want to do. I want to bring laughter.
Yeah.
And I don't think people should take it personally.
That's what I was about
because
to ask
it's
you.
not personal. I have nothing against you, Shorty. I think you're a boss. I think you have held yourself as a boss. I'm not a woman that tear down people. It's I know nobody has seen me in this lane. It's new.
Yeah.
But when you realize that I don't have no friend or family in it, and I'm not sparing anybody, including myself, right? That I understand that if the news is news and it's trending, I'm going to ask. I cannot go and say, I'm not going to talk about Shorty because people are going to think he's a vendetta. Then why you not question Sharon Burke that I've been working for and been friends like this for 30? Right now, she's not talking to me. Right
I was
now,
about to ask you
she
that
not
too.
talk to me. She not invite me go a boxing day. So I am coming out swinging, but I want people to. But guess what? There are people that are in our circle saying, keep going. Because if you see the vision, everybody will have to adjust to. This is entertainment and it's not me. I never go on. How did I just choose to ask since it started at Pinky Pinks? Is it true that she get kicked out? It's because it's all over the internet and your husband put it out and you class him. So it's public. It's not me. I never dig up. Me never hire.
Okay.
Never create it. I never hire investigator. I don't know where. She's not important to me.
Well, when them hear the exploits with the ex-husband, people are going to question.
Sorry?
No, like when them hear you climb the fence and you do your little thing them with your ex, them are question the validity of what you say.
With what?
No, like you say you never hire nobody to investigate. They must say it's within your capacity to. So them not going to rule that.
I'm a big investigator, but that's not what my show is about. My show is about if Burna Boy is a topic, what happened? Popcorn made a statement called Sharon Burke a devil. Me need to cover that. And I was animated and she probably don't want, but guess what? I'm saying there's no feelings in reporting.
Because you gave your opinion to, because it's one thing about just covering it and report it, but you're like,
yes.
Like, yeah, almost
And
It's not too dissimilar from what we do from
Sizzler
time.
and so I've covered everything that's trending. Now, why she take it so personally?
Is it true?
You will have to get me to 15,000 subscribers so me can come right up on the fix and tell you the whole story why she vexed.
So there's more to this.
Oh yeah.
The truth. It's true to the popcorn thing that like you have like real information about that, by the way.
No.
Yeah, that.
I never.
Okay.
Remember the person who came on.
About say Shorty and
I
popcorn
don't know anything about that. I am not here saying. I said right after the thing, allegedly, so. I don't know anything. It's
This is the person with the mask.
The guest said it, and I didn't even know that was coming. I don't script my guests.
Yeah, okay.
I don't script my guests.
Like even that situation where them see somebody with a mask on and you attack and your face the mask. They might say, who is this person? When I know the person from Adams, and Shelly I set this up.
Yeah.
Lord God, them are gonna say me a weak fence, but me cry for my son. But the rest I wanna kiss out my rod. Nasty blood clot, but me all. Look how me look good.
We sorry saying reach the cry.
You look.
No, we said this before.
Good. Okay, like whatever it is.
We said this before.
You've kept it together
Yes.
quite well.
Quite well. Go on.
Boy, but you know what? I'm all for it. Like at first, I was like, this is a new career move. But I love Wendy Williams. I not go around it. I love Wendy. I was introduced to her in her later years. I never live in New York to know about
when she was 56 or 55, 60.
So I never know about her when she did do her thing on New York radio. But I was introduced when she
She
gets
got
her
a lot
show.
of fans in her older years. So I don't know why nobody put limit on me.
So
allow the world
to
decide.
And talking to and from watching the clips, it's like you just enjoy it. Like you're not really business.
Clearly.
But because I was just wondering like if there's any ramification and like if you care, but you not care. So I'm just gonna enjoy the ride. That's it. Just watch it.
I
like
was
that.
a big skeptic at first. Me tell you to your face. Because
Watch it
usually as Mr. bring up Wendy,
entertainment.
yeah, and that's the thing. Because even when you tell the story about how you got into it, I'm sure this will go, inform a lot of people as to why you're doing what you do and how you do what you do. I'm sure a lot of people going to understand. You see, for me, it was just, hey, usually them thing are like, people don't get into them thing at them point of them life. And them thing.
It's been years.
Oh, this has been years in the making.
So people have been so I've had people who throw money at me that have had the privilege of seeing this side of me, my personality, joking, and I'm always a person entertaining people. So I've had people offer me 5 years ago, Shelly, do tea time, and I just said I'm not ready. I'm just not ready.
So this was something like you actually did shop out already, like years now.
People approach me and I say I have a name, and when I've spoken to about 4 different people and I back out, just not ready.
Because even with this, said that earlier in the interview, you said that you were doing the show, the reality show, that you got offered to be a part of the reality show.
No, they were seeking me out. It reached as far as a first interview.
Yeah.
I got anxiety. Dealing
So,
with my son, I developed, and I didn't want, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
to share that.
I don't want to share that. My son at 18 looks like 5. Small, underdeveloped, and people don't understand. Right? I'm very protective. So all of that, anxiety, fear gripple me. So why am I going to be fear? I think my son wants me to shine. I think he'd be very proud to know that I am braving up to do what I wanted to do. But I stayed with him. One of the reasons, can I give you an exclusive?
Sure.
Can I give this here? You'll never hear this, and I haven't said this before. Why Shorty is so wrong about husband. You know that my husband wanted me to live in Ireland. We had a lot of differences.
Ireland.
Yeah, he's Irish, right?
Oh.
So he wanted us to move, and when I was going to have my last child, I couldn't. Yeah, we weren't going to leave justice. That's my son. But funny we say that how Ireland set up, it would have caused me to even have more restrictions as a person, because there you don't have helper, you don't have nurse. So literally I would have had to be a nurse or putting him in a facility.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to work. So in Ireland, a lot of people, once you have kids, they actually stop working. That's a culture.
As women.
Okay. It's a culture.
Yeah.
So when I tell you I stayed back to be with my son, it's because we could more afford for my other kids to have a lifestyle, to have their mother, that I could have 24-hour nurse care for him here. In one sense, it was better because I had the funds to do it. It's not that the healthcare is better, but lifestyle, people take it for granted. Nurse that come and free, you know what I mean? So I can go on vacation with my other kids because they're not sick and they need a mother too. So imagine me balancing this. I made a choice not to go. There was a lot of differences.
Do you ever feel guilty about that?
A lot. I feel guilty. I feel like,
oh yeah, enjoy yourself, and he was at home.
It was a guilt until I did therapy, and when I did therapy and the man explained the depth of his sickness, says most mothers in hospitals leave their kids after a certain time because what you did is not normal. That's when I started to feel, when I did the counseling and stopped beating up myself, feeling sorry for myself. And then I realized that, no shit, I'm not going to be bad about it. I'm a goddamn, I did everything for my son. I may have lost my husband as a part of it, not necessarily all of it, in decisions. My dedication to Digicel, me leaving and never go on vacation to Ireland and turn around on the plane door to say 5G launch, and then tell me say I can't go on vacation, and my husband get upset with me and not talking to me. There's a lot of things that I have to take responsibility to say, I put my career most of the time when I was at Digital that caused friction. So when Shotty talk about this something there, that's really not the truth. Right? So I give you a little, I'm very upfront, and I can say it because when Stephen sees this, there's no animosity. He knows that I've grown. He knows that I'm not going to break into his house. I don't want him anymore.
You know, the juxtaposition, the duality of you to crack a joke, and I'm trying to hold it together. Shelly.
I was saying while laugh, let's turn it to the truth.
Shelly.
I joke that dark free.
That was joke.
Shelly, give thanks for passing through. I think
my
that 5
God.
minutes we have left. Pan one of our camera them all going, but thanks for forwarding and telling your
I
story.
will get Dovey here.
You know what I mean?
Yes, please
Thank
do.
you. Please set that up. It's been years.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been
There are
trying to
several
set
questions.
And she have a hit song. I mean, she has a lot of things coming out.
You
but
won't say anything else, Shelly. I'm not expecting
Yeah,
to say
but
anything else.
big things are in store.
So you think you can be able to balance it? I don't know if Nara asked you that. I think you did. Where you're
In a
able to
way.
balance the pushing, launching, or relaunching your managerial career
Because
and doing
No,
the
I'm
tea
not.
time?
I'm not launching any career in it. I'm a manager.
Oh, me I say relaunch.
So no, not relaunching it. I'm
Some
doing
would
what
say she probably need one.
huh?
Some would probably say she probably need one.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying Shelly,
no,
relaunching Shelly managerial career.
Oh,
No.
okay. I thought you were saying.
No,
Okay.
I am not. At the time, I had nothing doing, so I wanted to be known as something as manager. I am a talk show, and I've told everybody that work with me. So listen to me. I am going to be an international star in doing this. The over time, based on the offers that I'm getting from the diaspora, I'm not saying that it will be about Shorty Cartel or anybody local. I could be on the next podcast catering to my diaspora fans, which means a different content. Maybe I'll be reporting on Kim Kardashian. Why are you limiting me to this mix-up? I'll be in another mix-up overseas. a bigger people
Oh, so you
mix-up.
said, just to clarify, because you're saying Dovey is aware that this is your goal, but you're gonna be.
Yeah, but I am a great manager,
Okay.
but I'm not pushing myself. I'm doing what I'm doing behind the back, and she's supporting me at the front.
Shelly, just be prepared
Yeah.
that when people not see Dovey reach certain places, they must say, you know, quick for cast of blame, say, because she focus.
Well, you can't blame them not have sex.
Well, listen,
Well, I don't know.
Dovey has
had
had 5 years before me, and you just have to say, what have they not done? So, I mean, did you know? So, proof is in the pudding, and not only that, I'm not into the thing there. I am more, I've matured in the sense that I don't really watch what people say. I watch her bank account. You see, if her bank account is where I want it and we're both comfortable, it doesn't matter what they have to say.
Because her
At the end
back
of-
gonna come, your back gonna come.
Exactly. And if she's happy, and that's how I'm going to live. I have goals, just like how I have goals for myself and my show, I have goals for my artists. Look at what you posted yesterday. It was a stack of money, and first day on the job. I'm very transparent, and I want her to win. With my heart, she's not going to fail because she have the talent. A lot of times we tie up with artists that we like as friend, and them don't have no talent. And
Then
I
how
did
about-
that.
Speak on it.
And
Then
I
how
did that. And I did that.
Eh.
She actually is a big performer, have talent, and I am a structured person who do contracts and know that if the fix call, I'm going to bring her here and it's going to be done. So with the combination of my experience with contracts and this and that and her drive, because it's a manager can't do it all without talent, without the drive, without this is not going to work. And that's why I took so long.
We don't do one cam now, Jervis? Yes, we are. Yeah, we changed.
Did it me look good pan camera, my love?
I got it. Hey,
The
when-
white shot.
if you don't look good, don't blame the camera. Blame the makeup artist.
Yeah. Thank you for having
Well,
me.
the one they were put to the test.
Yeah.
You see me? If she can get that one,
Well, she
then
said that
the
she gets
interview.
her tours and
Back
them
with
something.
say, back with say,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Them-
she's
Yeah, no,
working.
you're going to see a lot of things being announced this week, and I'm just 2 days on the job. Give me a
Get her
break.
another exclusive collab with Nikki by herself.
Well, put too much. All right.
Boy, you hang my thing very high. Okay.
So we have this thing called Bust the Utes
Yeah.
Songs of the Week. Should I tell you on the team beforehand, where we select artists that aren't really highlighted like that. You know, them not boss.
Yeah.
Highlight them song. You have any off the top of your head where you want boss right now? Artist song?
We have one.
You have one? All right. Manager, give her your one. Give her
What's
your
the name?
one.
Sylxnce.
Sing
His
J.
name is Sylxnce.
Yes, Cuban.
Sing J. Cuban.
Cuban.
There we go. All right. Shelly, introduce it.
And no.
Manager speak. Manager.
yeah. In case of foolishness, they can't say coming over.
Manager speak.
Yeah, in case of foolishness,
Manager speak. My manager, because I have a manager. Sylxnce Cuban.
There we go.
We legendary, no, we not ordinary. Tight pants, white tees, plus a belt buckle everywhere. New clocks, and me get the arcade. Get me fresh like some me just paid. Big bricks, we not do the jump change. Link us, figure get the sharp shade.
Hey,
Alright, so that
no,
was-
I know another thing, you know.
Yeah.
Sting should have hired me for my voice because them MC have nothing.
Here I know she want MC now. Alright.
Well, you
Step by
just
step,
a ship on the show.
You know what I mean? Like, step by step. Step by step. You know what I mean? MC nothing never did. The real MC never did. So yeah.
Okay, gonna married.
You see me? Alright, so that was Shelly's manager.
Just
pick.
pick,
What's
yes.
your pick? Alright.
My money. Oh, you know my manager.
Sad.
My pick this week, my first pick of the new year is Joe Speng, and it's called Better Place.
Alright, 8 people.
Where will I go? Who will I run to? Now that you're gone, where will I go? Who will I run to?
Alright, so that was.
Joe Speng, and it's called Better Place.
Alright. My
Naro,
pick.
what's your pick this week?
First one for the new year, and it's apropos. Silence New Year.
Only days are over. Cash and bitches in the rover. You fill my cup, it run over. Rough times, you hold it like soldier. But you will make it. Dreams and faith we are created. And them never believe in the great.
Alright, so that was Silence New Year. And that was Busty Youth Songs of the Week. And that just about does it for the Fix Podcast, episode 221, the first one for the new year.
I will kick it off with Miss Shelly Curran.
But-
There we go. There we go. Give thanks again for passing through. Shelly, we're sorry that, tears crying, all these things.
It's part of the healing process.
Sorry.
But
And
you're
I think you
so-
understand
Yes.
where I'm coming from,
We
where
do.
I stand, and
yeah, I mean, we just not like say makeup get messed up and anything.
That-
Dear,
It's
I'm like,
same time.
it's still, no,
Yes.
darling, because my glam
That's true, you know.
squad
We
is,
not see no arm after
Street.
marks and yeah, no street.
no, my
Good.
glam squad is prepared for all of this.
Yeah, man, it's right on hand with the papers and everything.
Yes, I have a full
Keeper, she's a
team.
keeper. Yeah. Big up yourself and we wish for success for this hour.
Tea time with
Because
Shelly Curran.
as we've said, you have been one of our early supporters.
Actually, I swear to you, you're. I didn't remember about the two, but because people are researching Shelly Curran so often now,
You're like the
Me
first
seeing-
one. The first one was the
Yes.
first or
so
interview.
yeah, the interview.
I didn't
just
remember
a
the first one.
It a
Remember the
pop
second
up.
one,
It a pop up every minute.
The
That's why-
algorithm, I got algorithm.
Yes,
The
yeah.
algorithm, I got algorithm. Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah.
I forgot that one.
Yeah, I remember that
The
one.
algorithm are doing thing right now. So
Yeah,
that's all.
I'm trending, guys.
See it there?
This old woman, a trender.
Shut right now, man. Shut. That's why I get the call. Say, yo, I could call Shelly.
A trend.
Wait, you got to talk about Kyla King and Popcorn? That's in the street.
But that's what I was
you
making
been-
fun of.
yeah.
That's what I was making
Oh,
fun
that
of.
she
the
said,
small
she
one.
said.
Yes, I said I'm not making
Oh, that's
up
from the one that. Oh, that's what
Yeah,
you said. Go say them.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
wait.
I played his.
Alright, you know, but
that was slow. That bitch.
Okay, exactly. It's
Yeah,
not
slow
me
down.
say it. It's she say it. It's not play the voice.
Are you gonna
note.
bring her on the show?
It's possible. Anything is possible.
Me not put it
below.
past her. I don't put it past her.
Anybody can be on my show.
It's all them thing that we wouldn't necessarily, but she would.
I have 2 questions I'm gonna ask you. When I see her come over, I gotta text her and ask her why you ask her.
All right, tell me where you are.
Shelly Vicarious, the true you are. This girl right here, Shelly Vicarious, the true you are. No, Shelly, come out of that place before
Shelly,
you get us in any trouble. Get out of here.
Shelly have the resources to handle the problems.
Yeah, we don't really have the resources.
We
Like
have
that.
the resources.
Tell me you them can find before you go though.
Yes,
The
so
socials.
on YouTube, it's Tea Time with Shelly Curran. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Tea Time Shelly. My wigs page, because you know that I'm an entrepreneur. So I have wigs by Shelly Curran.
Shorty.
Sorry?
The one in a black by Shorty.
No, it's not. And neither is the bookings. I have the bookings music page, which is Shelly Curran Bookings, that follow Mama Shorty. Thank you for the 2,000 views, my love. There's nothing hard. I would love for you to come on Tea Time.
Yes.
And
It's
me
not
and you talk about it.
That'd be epic. That would be epic.
It would be epic. It would be a nice
It
thing.
would be. We're not having.
It would be Sting. You remember Cartel Movado?
Yes.
The boss me gone there. I am Shelly. Pow.
Loving this.
The boss me gone.
You're
Hey.
encouraging the fuck.
I love it.
I be good on no second for me, Idiot
All the way bad
TNARO.
people, my love.
Ah, boy.
not me. Not me.
Idiot TNARO on the Instagrams, on the Twitters, where the people can follow you. All right.
Follow me on Instagram at AirIHAMMOND.
I don't know, so you can follow us across our social media platforms at the FixJA, Instagram, Twitter, the Tickety Talks, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/thefixJA. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/thefixJA.
And subscribe to Tea Time.
There we go. And subscribe to our sister channel as well, Extra Fix, youtube.com/Extra Fix. I think I'll read that, people. Let's go hire some more security.